Hello and welcome back to Shinogi Chess Club 2 Resistance. Last time, we were able to put together, or figure out, well, we were able to piece together things after, well, the first things first, we learned the truth behind Yuko, our protagonist's mother, and what she's truly been up to. Likewise, we've learned that the others in the government working against us have their own plans. And of course, the true president of the Shinogi Chess Club is back, who seems to have their own might makes right philosophy. We were able to piece together a lot of things going on in the background, but I just realized the basketball wasn't from the logo. It's amusing. But yeah. There's just a lot to take in right now. Well, and even well, the good news is we do know a bit more about our powers and where they come from, but the bad news is we've learned that while they are rare, they are not unique. This was we figured something was similar before, but we now have pretty much absolute confirmation. There are others with the exact same power. Alright? So that's gonna be a little rough. We're gonna continue up Chapter 3. Right, we have to find the pieces of the, what's it called? Oh right, it's supposed to be on the east side of the gym, so I have to go this way. Well, I could have also used the cutscene, but whatever. This one was hidden. Wow, it was pretty clever of me to wedge myself into this space. Now I can collect my well-earned gaming achievement. They say, care to witness traditional level escape Easter egg for old time's sake. I fear what I cannot comprehend. Actually, I'm kind of scared to see what's out there. But who knows, maybe there's something interesting past the boundary of the level. Not before. I just had to see the text first. This one feels ideal since it's a secret, very clearly a secret. You have to hide I noticed it last time, but I also didn't want to interact with anything because I was exhausted, so. Opening the doors now, let's see what lies beyond. Resident Evil door opening. Oh, wait, this isn't right. Must have taken a wrong turn somewhere in all this broken mess. I never said this would be easy. Let's try this again. Well, as we did learn earlier, there we go, that's more like it. Ah, there's no floor out here. Well, I guess that serves me right. Anyways, that's what lies beyond the level boundary. Let's head back now. I'm getting dizzy. Well, I did. I earned the achievement. As a tradition, I'm not obligated to say, are you happy now? Achievement itself is called Happy Now. Hey now, that's enough meta secrets for one level, okay? Besides, I should really get back to investigating. Yeah, I must say there's been quite a few interesting reveals here. I guess this is a good time to be having them, just because the first game did a good amount of legwork establishing the world and the for all these reveals here. And that's good. Let's see. Before smaller data drives have to be around here somewhere, I should get back to searching. I'm just a little confused as to why the agent didn't simply embed the message in the drive as opposed to setting up an egg hunt. But I guess I'm not one to question the method as a professional, so the logic of the game developer. But we did learn last time that apparently the school has been kept internally consistent, which makes sense. I imagine it's probably pretty easy to sketch out something to make sure that, and as a reference, make sure you have a reference, I mean. So that way you don't end up like the Simpsons house where the layout seems to change episode to episode. And yeah, I do get that to an extent that's intentional so that they can have scenes play out as they need for jokes and such. Flow is usually my attention. This looks like a mobile service center. What exactly is doing here? And again, I think I just kind of like the general aesthetic of this school here. Familiar and yet still all, like it's got some nice upgrades with the hollow stuff. I guess I'm going to have to do a quick check of the file system. I'm just shooting my mouth off now. Oops. Interesting. It seems like there's a lot of information about AI technology on these servers. Must be a class demonstration or something. From what I understand, development of artificial intelligence has been a subject of controversy for at least 90 years. I guess it lines up with what Yuko said about the abuse of technology. AI is what lets security drones make autonomous decisions. Now there's something interesting. This computer also holds a lot of research reports about something called ACE-B. Is it anything like ICE-9? Is that another... yes, that is a Zero Escape reference, by the way. Okay, I want to make sure I got it right. Is that another joke with AI? There's so many different neural network models popping, it's hard to keep track of them all. Interesting. Ah, hold on. There's an external drive listed here, and it contains encrypted data. That means one of the data drives I'm looking for is plugged into this computer. Ah, dang. I guess that is a clever hiding place. Good job, Agent. Now, is there anywhere else I need to look? I have on occasion accidentally left a thumb drive in a computer. This is just fine for me, but when I was doing schoolwork with the one, sometimes I accidentally left it in the where I was doing the schoolwork, so I'd have to return to the classroom or whatever, or in order to retrieve it later that day. Luckily, if the professors notice, they'll usually grab it and put in storage for that particular reason. And of course, I made sure that there was only schoolwork on there, so... Probably sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people put other things in storage there, and... Well, not like people are supposed to be looking through it no matter what, but... It's good to play it safe, I think. Or at least that's what that was my philosophy, that. Mobile service center. Basically a bunch of computers stacked on top of each other that's connected to the net. All those articles about AI and ACE-B, I wonder what that's all about. No time to look into it now, I should stay focused. Yeah, well, we can worry about that later. This looks relatively important. Leftover agenda notes from Sumei's welcome home event. Oh, looks like they plan to surprise her with an invitation to speak with the headmaster. It's pretty rare to see an offer like that, although I guess after she made that speech it was too awkward to interrupt her with this. I wonder if the meeting still happened. It seems Sumei's popularity and influence even reached the staff. That puts her in a pretty good position to make demands. Ah, Yui, look. I think I found one of the drives I'm looking for. Ah, wonderful. I wish I had a drive that looked like that. Dang. Got it. A copy. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably in a container. But I still think it looks cool. Got it. I'll keep a copy of the data for later. Hope this will make a difference. And the agenda notes for that time when they called us in the gym. Wait, they prepared a cake for her after we left? What gives? Wow, they really want to welcome her back in style. Which is funny, because if what we learned last time is true, her win rate and success dropped like a rock the moment she left. It might actually be in the trash, so let's be careful. This door leads to the campus exterior. That's where I'll find the northern fields and the path that runs underneath the upper walkway. I can't leave that way, though. I need to continue my investigation. And even if I was to escape, there's nothing really to see out there. I didn't make it that part of the school yet. Unless, maybe this time there is something. Nobody's looking, right? Break free of these mortal bounds. This is my chance. I can make a run for it. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to reload a save, and it's not that far, but... The door's locked. No luck here. Although, I might have better luck if I try getting that door instead. I see, to hint at the secret if you're wanting the achievement. Because when I had to... when Yasu mentioned the achievement, I looked there. Well, it was right next to the one that said, "Are you happy now? Try and successfully escape." The door that leads to the campus exterior. It's locked. I can't believe I thought I could escape through here. Guess I'll have to try harder next time. Right, I forgot to speak to Yui. Wow, this is pretty impressive. They say all this up just to welcome back Sume. I hope someday I'll get that kind of treatment. Unfortunately, it seems like there isn't anything useful up there. I'll have to keep searching elsewhere. Well, I still want to examine it because it's a cool stage. Nothing useful up there. Well, nothing except a spare change on the floor. Ah, you became a millionaire now. All habits die hard, I guess. Well, good on her to be making sure that she has her living expenses secure before spending it on just everything. Aren't you going to help Yui? Guess not. I guess all that work she did earlier tired her out. I say we let the bot rest. Never mind the fact that companion AI is not a thing in the game. Please do not make me do extra work. There might be one hidden in the trash. Why do I always empty the trash? Because unfortunately that might actually be worth checking here. Wait, really? I found a rare trading card. I don't think that'll help me with the encrypted file though. I guess I should move on. Ah, darn. I looked through the trash, but I didn't find a data drive. Hopefully my next investigation's a little more sanitary. I do remember a buddy of mine played a number of RPG Maker games and noticed that a lot of them had stuff you could look through that never had anything in them. I'm guessing it's because it's one of the default assets that RPG Maker came with and the person just copied and pasted it. Unfortunately, did not take into account that my buddy might be obsessively check each and every one for something that might be good. I should just walk away. Those data drives aren't going to find themselves. Well, I could just wait for Katie to be done with whatever he's doing, but that would make for an interesting gameplay sequence. Ah, there it is. I see it on the floor. Seriously, another spear rack? This school has a strange obsession with medieval weaponry. I guess it makes a little more sense this time if it's in the gym. Gotta practice for the spear throwing competition. Oh, I think I see something. There's definitely a data drive underneath the spear. I should grab it. Excellent. That's another one. Got it. You can't hide from me, thumbstick. I guess that's symbolic of the metaphorical spear we use to strike the heart of Sume's plan for the tournament. Or maybe I'm just reaching. I've searched everywhere I can, but I'm still missing one data drive. Could have gotten lost. Did I misunderstand the riddle?
Checkmate.
Looking for this, right? Oh, Kana found it. And yet, strangely, I'd say that's better than if Sume found it. It's smarter you'd figure out the password so quickly, but you won't be able to read the message just yet. You'll be pleased to know that I found the last drive. Kana, why do you have that? I had gym class earlier and it was just lying on the floor. Thought it was pretty suspicious, so I picked it up. Then I came back to the gym to see if anyone had come to claim it. I overheard you talking with your drone. Seems like this little thumbstick is a bit more important than I realized. So you've just been waiting for me to find the rest of them on my own? Hey, I'm not about to pass off the opportunity to let someone else do the hard work. Anyways, you must have realized by now there's only one. I'm guessing she is supposed to be saying there's only one way Hey, wait, I'm gonna hand over this drive. A thrilling game of Shinogi chess? No, we'll trade for it. Once you accept the situation, talk to me and we can discuss terms. Ah, crap, this will make things difficult. Things might have been improving between us the past few days, but there's no question she's up to no good now. I'll speak to her when I'm ready to settle things. A stand of sorts that's built for holding spears. The weapon here is identical to the one that's in the central courtyard. Is it a symbol of the school, maybe? Maybe there's some new architectural trend. I'm not caught up with this stuff. Or maybe the level designer needed an excuse to reuse some assets. It's not lazy, it's an Easter egg. Well, since the school mascot seems to be chess pieces, I guess a spear works well with a knight. Especially since spears are often used by mounted cavalry. Or maybe I'm just overthinking things like I always do. I do appreciate having a bit of an extra moment. Like if I hadn't gotten the Escape of the Map achievement yet, I have an extra moment in which I can do that. You finally come to your senses. There's only one way you can decrypt the data now. I'm not ready to talk about this just yet. Ah, it's too bad. I'm sure you understand this confrontation's inevitable, though. There's no other way around this. Come back when you're ready to make a deal. Yeah, the relationship with Kana might be slightly improving, but that doesn't change the fact that, it's too early to start calling in favors of any kind. So whatever it is, it's not going to be an ideal trade, that's for sure. Finally come to your senses. Alright, fine. You said you want to trade, right? So, what is it that you want? What will it take for you to hand over that drive? Ah, there we go. There's the pragmatic Himiko we've come to love. There's no need to draw this out, Kana. Tell me what you want. Let's see. I have two conditions. The first is you decrypt the recording right here in front of me and let me listen to it as well. Oh, that's right. Although she has a piece of the data, it's worthless without the drives I just collected. So it goes both ways. We both have something the other wants. Alright, that's fair. And your second request. I'd like you to send me a copy of the recording once it's decrypted. I want it on my personal data pad. That's it? That's it. Against my better judgment, I've decided to trust you to keep your word on our arrangement. So she wants a copy. I'm guessing it's to remember the contents more easily, but is that really it? It might be as something to use as a weapon. Well, technically speaking, she hasn't been booted as the vice president of the Shinogi Chess Club. So might be possible, given how apparently she could only have been kicked if the president calls a vote on it to kick her out. She might be wanting to use it against Sume, or at least that might be being a bit generous. It could. She wants to hold it against Himiko in particular, because we're not at the point where she'd be fine moving past their terrible things, or at least I don't get that vibe yet. She must have been conducting her own investigation on Sume and felt this is important. The question is why. I'm curious as why you're interested in Sume all of a sudden. If you must know, I'm only doing this because of where the trail might lead. I could care less about what she's up to at the school. What do you mean by that? Himiko, do I have to spell it out for you? The Investigation Club research notes were quite clear. Sume Kiyoshi could very well be in league with a rebel organization. Ah, so she was the one who broke in and looked at everything. You're the one who broke into their room the other day. Wow, I'm impressed. Nice deduction. So all this was just to find Yuko Misaki, is that it? My parents are dead. The rest of my life, I'll always wonder why you're the one who gets a second chance. You have a real mom to turn to, and you squandered any hope of reconnecting her by betraying her for her will for this world. Yuko was there for me when no one else was. I owe her my life, and I'd give anything to see her again. All I've been doing is stumbling around, trying to carry on the work she put behind 5 years ago. Now even that's been taken from me. Shiro was taken from me. So don't look down on me just because I'm willing to do what it takes to find her. Not so different from how you act in the courtyard, right? I understand it's been difficult. I'm the one to blame for that. Oh, I don't blame you, Himiko. I envy you, in fact. You have the strength and means to power through any challenge and destroy those who oppose you. But I struggled so much to accomplish these past 5 years might be child's play to an ability like yours. But you have yet to actually make a difference in this world. I'll never understand why Yuko chose you to sit in the machine that day. It should have been me. I know why she chose me. She cared for you, more than you would know. She only wanted to protect you from more trauma after what happened with your parents. The procedure was dangerous, and she knew it. She chose me because I was disposable, and you weren't. You can believe whatever you want about Yuko Misaki, but know this. She was more of a mother to you than she was for me. I was hoping this conversation would come up sooner or later, and perhaps it's for the best that it came up sooner, because they both have a lot of grievances that need to be out in the open. Alright, if that's the way it is, you'd understand why I have to do everything in my power to find her. I do, and I accept your terms completely. Excellent, I'm ready to hear that recording when you are. Ready, Yui. Play back the message. But I never agreed to that. You said there'd be no strings attached. I appreciate it, yes, but this can't go any further. That sounds like Sume. I can't hear the person she's speaking to, though. What you gave me was special, of course. It's my best weapon against the blatant tolerance of inadequacy of the school. Well, yes, I consider what you said, and that's what you asked for, right? Only that. The last time, I'm not going to join the Wings of Eden. Wait, I can't believe it. Do you know what it'd be like to be branded a terrorist in the school? It'd be the end of my career. So they did try to recruit her. Alright, sure, no best to know, but that doesn't negate the fact you're grasping at straws here. A high school student can't possibly do anything for you. What do you mean? There is something? If you want to spy, you're better off talking to someone else. Kana Suzuki, perhaps? You cut ties. Don't tell me you feel pity for her. Alright, fine. I could tell you a bit. I guess that wouldn't hurt. No way, she agreed to spy on us. But not over this channel. It isn't secure. Okay, I can do that, but after this, we're square. Got it? Sume just cut a deal with the Wings of Eden. And what she received in return, what they gave her, it must have been the power. I have to say, she made it easy for us. This Wings of Eden. You know about them already? Yeah, I came across them during my research. Interesting. What are the odds your mom's with them? I'm not really sure yet. I haven't looked into it that much. Hopefully she buys that excuse. And this is it, right? We can prove without any doubt she's affiliated with the resistance groups. I'm not convinced this could hold up in a court of law, though. We did steal this directly from personal files. Then maybe that's not the only option ahead of us. You copied the recording on my datapad, right? Yes, the transfer is just completed. Promise me you won't do anything reckless with it. I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. See you around, Himiko. It's been fun. Alright, so yeah, each one's trying to do their own thing to get rid of Sume. Kana's gonna hopefully try and expose her. And Himiko's gonna try and defeat her in a chess match. I can't say I was surprised when I heard from Sume, but I absolutely need to be on guard around her now. She's planning to give my mom's group some sort of information. What could it be, and for what purpose? Why would they trust her with something like the power? What are they hoping to achieve by letting Sume run around with it? And knowing this, what is Kana planning to do we just acquired? What does she truly hope to gain? Well, I have my speculation, but with all these questions, one thing remains clear. Defeating Sume tomorrow will bring me one step closer to Yuko, and one step closer to foiling her plans for this country. Are you kidding? That can't be right. It's true, it was all over the net last night. I'll never look at Sume the same way. Uh-oh, that can't be good. She's a terrorist, no doubt about it. Crap, Kana must have released the recording online. It may not hold up in court, but in the court of public... in a legal court, but in the court of public opinion, it could be a powerful weapon indeed. This is the second time it's happened to our school, and both of them came from the Shinogi Chess Club. Look, it's Himiko. Did you hear? Himiko, how do you feel about your club president now that she's been exposed? I just found out now, actually. Himiko, it's really bad. Our investigation's been blown wide open. It's all over the news. Tell me, did you do this? Did you post that recording on the net? I'm sorry, I didn't post it, but it's my fault it ended up there. I had to make a deal with Kana, and she ended up with a copy. If only I wasn't so trusting. This was a serious mistake. Well, if you say you had to, I understand. It was bound to get out eventually. That's right, Himiko, but it's still really bad. Yeah, I figured that much. Nothing I can say will really make this better. Well, we'll do everything we can to delay the panic among the students, but I'm afraid things have already progressed quite far on the campus. Wait, what do you mean? Is gossip that bad? It's not gossip. The police are beginning to look into Sume. There's officers in the building already. Do you think she'll retaliate or something? I'm not sure if she'll be able to link us to the leak. It was posted from a brand new account. That's true, but who knows what else Kana could say that would threaten our operation. An announcement. Attention, please stand by for an important announcement. Students of Yoshino High School, this is Grandmaster Daisuke. As you know, serious allegations about a particular student have come to light, and officers of the law are now on campus. They're acknowledging it, they're escalating quickly. Whatever the school's official stance is going to be. I urge all of you to remain calm and rest assured the truth of the matter will surface soon. As always, this institution continues to remain safe and free from criminals that threaten the city. I take no pride in saying it, but disciplinary actions will be taken should the authorities find substantial evidence of wrongdoing. If Kana's plan have really worked, will Sume be arrested? With that covered, let me be the first to tell you that these events will not affect today's fall contest matches. As always, Yoshino remains the forefront of the Shinogi chess activity. Nothing will set us back our progress in the regional league. Seriously, but Sume is a contender in the finals. I think I've heard enough of this. Let's head inside, and Himiko, thank you for seeing this through to the end. I'll catch you before your round starts. I got no idea how this is gonna play out, but all I can do is keep looking ahead and prepare for every possibility. I'm really proud of the stream title, I thought, now the internal struggles, because it works both in the sense that the Shinogi Chess Club is at odds with itself right now, and also that Himiko's still struggling with her dark side. Let's go, Yui. Let's keep an ear open for any other news today. The chess club drama is really starting to get old. I think about this phenomenon in an article I read. Apparently people in power are more likely to bend the law because of their predisposition to arrogance. Nothing concrete with today's gossip. Hopefully the police are taking this seriously. Attention, Himiko Masaki, please report to the student library at the earliest opportunity. Ah, that's me. Miko's in trouble. Did you go into detention? I don't think it's detention, don't worry. But I best head there quickly, though. This could be related to Sume. The old stomping grounds. Hello? There's no one here. What kind of sick prank was this?
Objection!
Invisible. Oh. Oh no, not again. Himiko Masaki, you've been summoned on behalf of one, Calvin Cross, attorney at law. Calvin? What are you doing here? Well, I'm always here. I have to visit the campus quite frequently to pursue my investigation into last semester's robbery situation. But that's besides the point. Today we have more urgent affairs to discuss. Oh, you're talking about the allegations regarding Sume Kiyoshi, correct? Ah, so you do know about it. You're not gonna arrest me, are you? No, nothing like that. At least not that I can foresee, but who knows what evidence I might find in the future. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Back on topic, that means the authorities have assigned you to look into this topic, is that correct? That's correct. It makes sense considering all the other research I've been doing at Yoshino the past few months. As you can probably imagine, Sume's position as leader of Shinogi Chess Club makes this quite a delicate situation. That's on top of the fact she's scheduled to play a public match at the arena tonight. A match against me, apparently. Kaede seems to have rigged things to play out in a specific way. Regardless, the main reason I wish to speak with you is because I had some questions, if you don't mind answering. Oh, sure. If it'll help, sure, I can tell you all about Sume. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a very extensive file on her, after all. Really now? It's interesting to know. I actually want to ask if you knew anything about the supposed audio recording that's been posted on the net. Uh-oh, I'm not sure if I'll be able to avoid this particular subject. You must know something, right? I think there's someone you should talk to in order to get the full story. Helping Cross-Lung's investigation might lead to quicker action against Sume, but I don't want to do it behind Kaede's back. That's why it'd be best if the investigation club shares whatever they're comfortable with directly. Ah, very well, I prefer to hear from the source. Would you be so kind as to step in introduction? Of course, but if you can wait a little longer, I actually had a few questions for you first. Do you mind helping me with that before we continue? Now I'm a witness? You really turned it on its head. So, is that a yes? If I'm asking you for information, it's only fair we trade, I suppose. Ask away. Calvin, you've probably heard about the situation involving Kaido Sakuma and his mother's desperate attempts to kick him out of the school. After things settled down, we started to wonder just how far the corruption's taken hold of Yoshino High School. More specifically, Kaido and I want to know if the headmaster Sakuma was involved in the deal that was made with Typhoon Initiative. Aye, so you two have put the pieces together on the founder's identity. Actually, Kaido already knew. It was his own father, after all. He just wanted to keep it a secret from everyone so it didn't look like he was getting special treatment. But word's gotten out now. Right, sometimes a bit nearsighted during my investigations. Logic is tough. That's not something you're supposed to admit out loud. Since it pertains to an active case, I'm not sure how much I should say. But if you'll put your mind at ease, so far I've found no evidence of foul play by Kaido's father. Really? That's true then how did my mother influence the school to such a degree in its early days? That would come down to the school board. As you might have already heard, we were able to remove certain individuals from the board suspected of cooperating with Yuko's deal. Right, it was mentioned that even as headmaster, he still has to listen to the whims of the school board. And the school board is the one who makes the biggest decisions. Since the board votes on almost every administrative decision, it was very easy for corrupted members to sway decisions in their favor. Yeah, I guess if they had 51% or higher, it would be very easy for them to ensure that their stuff always goes through. All the while, they used their influence to hide the fact they were acting on the initiative's best interests. I see, that means Headmaster Sakuma might have been completely in the dark about the bribes. Correct, our investigation hasn't yet finished, but rest assured we have no reason to suspect the headmaster at this time. Kaido won't have to deal with any more parental trauma in that regard, I can promise you that. At least not that I can foresee, but who knows what evidence I might find in the future. The confidence really radiates from him, doesn't it? Let me grab a sip of my drink before I go on any further. I like this particular song. Don't know why, but I feel like it's worth pointing that out, that I like it. In all honesty, the corruption investigation was slowing down before today's events called us right back into it. It's given me a lot of time to pursue my independent research on the school gym. My independent research in the school gym. The ambience there is quite relaxing. So he was the one who was running that research in there. Does that mean the mobile server sitting there is yours? Oh, you found that, did you? Oh, this is bad. I didn't set up a password. You saw nothing. Got it? Oh my, why is he being so secret about it? That implies that he's looking up something behind his superior's backs. Perhaps something he knows is wrong, but they wouldn't want him to expose. Sorry, Calvin, but I did look at them there. But I have to ask, why are you looking into an artificial intelligence? Is it related to school somehow? I guess I've been found out. I guess you could say the subjects are related, especially when it comes to those security drones. Please pay no mind to it. I was just thinking about the past and the consequences of my family's actions again. Right, he doesn't like how his father allowed a lot of refusal to prosecute certain crimes just because it was inconvenient for over the ones in power, and he doesn't want to be like that. So he's looking into something, avoid going down that same route. What does this have to do with what you told me about your father in Zone 8? Oh, no, there's something else. Well, there goes my speculation. There's an endless list of scandals related to my family business. The incident I described a few months ago was set in motion by my father, Cameron Cross. I'll never understand his motive. And my grandfather, Cedric Cross, was involved with quite a few philanthropy movements in his time. Feels like I've stumbled into an obscure reality TV show. Hopefully not. When I was growing up, I had a family that really loved reality TV. Let's just say I am much kinder to Danganronpa V3 than most, largely because it lampoons reality TV. Anyways, that's all beside the point. You'll have to trace the roots back even further to understand Link to AI. Conrad Cross, my father, he's the one that started our family business. Conrad, where have I heard that name before? It was in this very room, right? We were searching for clues about Calvin's prosecuting style. I think we have a book about him in this library. It was on that shelf, if I remember right. Oh, really? I guess that might explain everything far better than I could. Feel free to check it out then. I'll let you come to your own conclusions about this whole affair. But before you read it, just know that I've been trying to atone for the mistakes of my family for my entire life. Please understand that fact. Don't worry, Mr. Cross. I understand your feelings on the matter more than you might expect. Yeah, there's definitely a recurring theme of family history and how that impacts people later on. Alright, I think I've introduced you to the Investigation Club. Investigation Club? Sounds like my kind of people. Let me check out that history book first and we can head on over to the club room. Hopefully she's got her library card on hand. Looks I've got some extra studying to do in regards to Calvin's family. I've got no idea this whole AI business will help me take down Yuko, but I have to at least give it a try. When she spoke to me about technology and the state of the world, I got the sense that something bigger was at play in her fight. If that's the case, it's best I know as much as I can about the history behind the machines she intends to take control of. So let me get this straight, you already suspected Sume Kiyoshi was working with the terrorists? That's right, we didn't want to bring it to the police until we had solid proof, though. Oh, but you carefully avoided saying it was exactly what it was exactly that tipped you off. As mentioned before, it was merely a hunch. Kaede and Ayako seem to be hiding the fact that Sume's power connected the dots for us. Whether it's for my benefit or their own, it's probably best not to complicate things for Cross and his team. Not to mention the fact Sume and I would be questioned heavily if the police aren't aware of the government's research. Right. I don't like it, but that's all you have to share. I can live with that. This recording is swiped from Sume's personal data pad. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Ah, Ayako, right? You might have someone my grandfather used to talk about. I sure hope so. I know all about you, Mr. Cross. Can you tell me about Chloe McCarthy's personal history with your family's legal practice? What about their favorite shoes? How about your relationship with the Assistants Guild? Can I have your autograph? Another fanatic, I see. I'd be happy to answer all those questions in due time. Sounds like she's got quite the fan base. Can we get back on topic? Alright, sorry about that. As I was saying, the recording isn't substantial enough to justify a warrant at this time. Seriously? We can clearly hear she agreed to spy on us and report things to Wings of Eden. Yeah, that's true. It certainly makes me want to look into this further, but there are several reasons why we cannot arrest her just yet. For one, we can't prove the Wings of Eden were truly on the other end of that call. This is merely an audio recording. Also, the fact that it appears to be a one-time deal, not a full enlistment. Assuming said after this we're square at the end of the conversation, that implies a casual attitude toward this group. It's ridiculous. Association with a violent organization should be a reason to detain her. Perhaps, but then there's the matter of whether this conversation even happened in the context you claim. The nature through which you obtain this file without Sume's permission means we can't pinpoint anything with certainty. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's impossible. While the recording is something to go on to be sure, or what it is and where it's from can't be confirmed, especially since we don't know who the other person is. Could even be someone only claiming to be Wings of Eden rather than actually Wings of Eden. She could have been talking about some role-playing game or store with her friends. We have no idea what the truth could be. I guess that's also a reasonable possibility as well, yeah. Oh, you can't seriously believe that's all... No, you can't possibly believe that's all there is to it, right? As I said, it requires further investigation, but I can tell you that as it stands right now, it won't hold up in court. I expected this might happen for Calvin dismisses like that. I imagine even Calvin's disappointed at that. Please, you have to do more. It's Sumei's a finalist in the contest match tonight. I'm sorry, Miko, it's not possible. And honestly, I'm disappointed that you continue to conduct these risky operations without consulting an adult. It was the investigation club's mistake, Mr. Cross. We take full responsibility for whatever consequences there may be. Still, I can't condone teenagers tracking down terrorist organizations anymore. This is not a game, and there are real risks involved. From what I've heard, the Wings of Eden are far more dangerous than the Initiative ever was. They don't play by the rules, and they're not afraid to kill if you stand in their way. It's one of just several violent factions out there. Get out. If you're just gonna talk down to us, then get out and do your job instead of lecturing. We don't need to hear this. Alright. I'll leave you for now and keep you updated if anything changes within the Sumei situation. Miko, are you feeling okay? I'm sorry, I have to go. What was I thinking? Nothing's going to change at this rate. Even the police can't keep Sumei at bay. That must be why Kana released that recording on the net. All I can hope for is that the court of public opinion will affect her confidence in the game tonight. This is going to be one awkward club meeting. Well, given the fact her win rate dropped like a rock after her powers shut down outside of Japan, the good news is she's been relying on it so heavily that if she can't use it against us, she might be a lot easier to deal with. But if she can use it against us, like if she's mastered it better than Takane had, yeah, then that might be trouble. Hi, Himiko, right on time. What's this? You're actually holding a meeting today. Something seems off about her. Today, we'll be discussing who our enemies are. Our enemies are numerous and our trials intense, but through it all, the Shinogi Chess Club will survive. Although you might have heard some rumors about me today, be rest assured that they were fabricated by our enemies. The whole school is a threat to our reputation, make no mistake. This was an act of war. Oh, but it was just one anonymous poster, right? Silence! Come on, you're gonna believe everything you read online? Don't speak about matters you know nothing about. This is all a ploy to make the chess club look weak. It's a trick. That's why we won't be needing any further competitors in tonight's finals. I'll be the one representing our club. Again with this arrogance. And just what does that mean exactly? It's simple. None of you will participate in the bracket. I'm our best shot about carrying us to victory, so I'll be the one to claim the prize and ensure the club is restored to its former glory. I can't take this. It's only natural the best among us gets to decide its fate. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, is there an objection from one of our most outspoken members? Worthless. Excuse me? You're a coward. Your abhorrent tactics will only end in despair for the entire school population. But I know you don't give a damn about anyone else. You're selfish. You're detestable. Miko, no! Watching you grovel on that stage like a cornered animal begging for attention makes me want to vomit. You're nothing more than a scared little tyrant. You can't stand the thought of being anything less than perfect, so you take it out on others. Yeah, the fact she's trying to force the other club members to not participate so that she wins easily is very clearly an attempt to get all focus on herself and thus save her own reputation. It does follow with her might makes right, her effectively might makes right mentality, though. After all, as far as she believes, she's either at the top or nothing. And as such, she needs to stay at keep clawing her way to the top at any cost. And what's more, you can't even rely on your own skill to combat those who challenge you. That's why you're desperate to stop us from playing tonight, right? It's all to make sure the illusion of a perfect Sumei still stands. Hey, you know what? It's just a big waste of time. Your powerless to stop the torment that's about to rain down on it. You're worthless, do you hear me? Everything I've done to make this club powerful has been trampled on by a worthless fool. And the rest of you, you're spineless, too afraid to stand up for yourselves and put this cretin in her place, too afraid to say what's on your mind, instead lie to yourselves about the state of our school, of our country. You're all deplorable, you're weak, and I won't accept weakness in this club. Himiko, do you mean that? Shut up, Satomi. I've had enough of this. I can't believe this. This club is useless to me if it has no influence. How are these connections supposed to help? They're all feeble cowards. None of you are worth my time. If you're not going to fight back, you might as well kick me out of the club right now. Well. I see. This is also important to provoke Sume, because if she kicks us out of the club, we're not beholden to her law of only club members are not allowed to compete except for Sume. I'm a failure. That actually worked. I guess Sume, he really was on edge the whole time, and that last act was her desperation. Himiko was right, that was her last act of desperation. And the moment it was even just pointed out that there's a chance she could be lying about it, she broke. Oh no. What did I just say? She said what's on my mind, and now I've messed everything up. What's gonna happen now? Shinogi Chess Club meeting. This is gonna be awkward for everyone involved, I suppose. Right, where's the whiteboard? All hail Banana Tofu Corpse. When will it end? Keep calm and chess on. Everyone's doing their best to deal with Sume's new rules. I just hope I haven't destroyed the remaining hope after what I said. Yasu's note's still nonsense. I'm not even gonna try to understand it. Although it would be interesting if he turned out to be the mastermind behind this entire affair. Or maybe I'm just grasping at straws. And probably, but let's see what's going on in his mind right now. Hey Yasu, I was wondering if you had some time to talk. Yasu wasn't wondering if Yasu had some time to talk. Yasu wasn't wondering because Yasu knows Yasu has time to talk. That wasn't nice, Himiko, and there's no going back now. I'm truly sorry for everything I said. I'm sure you are, but it was still the truth, right? This whole time, you've used us as pawns in your game of power and control. Wait, he's not being funny. Oh, that part's not true. You're a liar and we all know it now. I have to say, I had my suspicions. But you're so blatantly confirmed. You know better than a recurring villain. Why 2 season anime shows? You have to understand, I just made the wrong choice when I responded to Sume's proposition. I regret it, but I have to say something. You want to hear it go through with all that? Yasu was buying his time to analyze your response to the situation. I had high hopes for Sume. Thought maybe she could learn from her past and move on, but it was all ruined by that leaked recording. She never treated us right, her arrogance climbed after she returned and only made things worse. But through all that, I was always more interested in how you would lead. I wanted to know what choices you would make. I've been more considerate than Sume's ever been. I've proven countless times I do care for you. And it's been a lie. The investigation to find your mother was our club's primary focus ever since you came into power. You used us to further your own goals, and it's clear you had even bigger plans in mind. That's not true. I reminded of a political lesson from Defense on Manticore. After the time skip, Darren Major's friends became convinced when they came to terms with the fact he's lost himself in his quest for freedom. Not like that, though. I haven't. As you become more involved with the culture of Shinogi chess, you've learned to fight just as hard as your opponents for personal gain. You may not have noticed it yourself, but you're just as much a villain as Sume in my eyes. You two really are the same. Today was a catalyst of something that's been building for quite some time now. Please, take time to reflect on what I've said. In the meantime, Yasu needs to be on comedic relief somewhere else now. sorry, Himiko. I'm all out of jokes. Please take time to consider what I've said. Maybe in the future we can work towards a solution. Yes, he's really stepped out of his element to confront me about what was on my mind. It's all the more reason to give him some space and wait for things to return to normal. If that's even possible. Himiko, I don't know what to say. Kaido's seen my other self when it manifested during the end of the Spring Championships, but I don't think it's been this obvious before. How can I even begin to explain this? I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have lashed out. The way Sume's been running this club, it just made me so frustrated. I understand, but that doesn't give you a right to speak poorly to Tomi. She did nothing wrong, and I don't understand how you could feel that way. I just don't understand how I could feel that way about her, about all of us. Those are my true feelings. I reacted out in a bad way. I'm sorry, it's gonna take a lot more to convince me. The past few months now, you've been acting very suspicious, like you were hiding something from the rest of us. And then with Sume, you seem to have some primal objection to her very existence. I don't understand it. When we were children, we often talked about our aspirations. I had a fairly good understanding of her mindset. She's never been the nicest person around, but I know what she means well. There must have been a better way to confront her about it. I already tried, Kaido. I asked her several times not to treat us like that. She never listened. Then we'll have to bring it to Grandmaster Daisuke. He already told us he prefers to leave club matters in our own hands. And we'll change his mind. We'll get the school board involved. I wanted to say it, but my father would be more than happy to intervene if he knew this was going on. He'd really utilize his connection to the headmaster for this? I always thought he'd want to keep his family out of these sorts of problems. It must mean he's truly willing to do whatever it takes to help the Shinogi Chess Club recover. Kaido, I'm sorry. I just didn't consider any other options the past few days. The time for apologies is long past, Himiko. All I can say now is I hope you'll start to make amends with the other club members. And you, so I think I can make things right. Just start by making sure Satomi's alright. I'll need some time if you don't mind. Kaido, is everything okay? Oh, yeah, I'm just thinking about things. Please leave me be for now. I don't wish to speak with you. Okay. Well, sometimes it's better to just be blunt about this sort of thing. I want to see if there's an interaction here, but maybe it's appropriate for us to be here in the Kana corner for ourselves for once. It's getting dramatic now. Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm getting caught up here. Satomi, are you okay? That might be a bit of a silly question at this point, Himiko. Satomi, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I just got so frustrated with Sume. I snapped back at her without thinking. And you know that I regret every word. None of you are weak, and you're more than just what you contribute to the club. I simply wanted to stand up against Sume. I see now I was asking far too much. Please let me know you'll be okay. Is there anything on your mind? It's not just that. You brought in that traitor. Huh? What are you talking about? Him, Kenshi Okawa. He's a terrorist. Kenshi put the initiative behind him. He's no more of a threat than Kana is. And yet she's here too, another extremist. Well, she isn't here right now. You know what I mean. Both of them are menace to the city. And you let them stay. You're just bad for supporting them. This isn't like her at all. Is this because of what I said? I guess she finally is letting her true feelings out. She'd been hinting for a while now that she didn't like the former initiative members still being here or being allowed in. And I guess this is what finally broke her down enough to speak her mind. Last semester, Sumitomi was almost forgiving of Kana's allegiance, believed she was still a good person at heart. So what changed? Why does she feel this way? And now, with Sume aligning with the terrorists too, I want to fight back, Himiko, but it's just too much. And we can still work together on that, Satomi. We can take her down as a team. No, I've had enough of this. You don't listen. Well, I'm here. I'm listening right now. No, you're not. Not truly. The others in my homeroom had a point after all. This club is full of parasites. Go away. Is now not a good time? Please. I guess she gives Satomi some space. I don't fully understand why she acted so strange before, but I might have had a clue. She mentioned bullying last time I spoke with her. It's possible she's starting to believe the rumor she hears. That isn't a good path for the poor girl. Oh right, I forgot to take that into account too. Right, because they're still in the club, they're targeting her, and she's starting to blame them. Of course, Tomi, who could have written such a story? Indeed. I still want to hear what Kenshi has to say. Oh, that was really something, Miko. I'm so sorry about all that. I was just so frustrated with everything. I didn't mean what I said. Oh, it's perfectly fine. I understand that it's been a tough situation. That club president, she isn't worth your time, it's true. Fortunately, she still seems to be calling the shots around here. So you're not upset that I called the entire club weak? Himiko, I've been in your shoes. I've said the exact same things to my parents I've said some things to my parents that I regret, and I know how difficult that can be. You don't have to worry. I'm with you in this fight. Oh. I guess you should have expected that Kenshi wouldn't take it too personally, considering he hasn't been part of the club for long. But I can't feel there's more of this than meets the eye. It seems like there's still something on your mind. I guess now would be an appropriate time to tell you that there has been something else concerning me recently. I get the sense that none of the other club members trust me, and that extends to you as well. Oh, you mean like after what Sume told Satomi the other way? Oh, I don't know who Satomi's told so far, but I fear that my past will be blown wide open in their future. It's unsettling, but even disregarding the student population, in general, I'm concerned I'll be ostracized even in this very room. The Shinogi Chess Club's already dealt with controversy surrounding Kana's betrayal. I can't imagine it'll get any better if Kenshi's exposed too. We'll do what we can to investigate how far the rumors spread and squash them before anything comes to it. In the meantime, we should prepare as best we can for tonight. It looks like it's leading towards a final confrontation between me and Sume. You mean like in a game of Shinogi Chess? Isn't your opponent supposed to be random? Let's just say I got a good feeling about the matchup. Yeah, it's all... Yeah. Let's just say it makes an ideal good versus evil story. Although I guess it's a bit more complicated than that at this point. We'll get through this, Kenshi, I promise. Well, I think that's about all I can do for now. Things have changed for sure around here, and it's all my fault. I couldn't control my other self from taking over, and it may have ruined everything this time. But do I really want to keep that aspect of me hidden away forever? I've checked with everyone, except for Sume. I suppose the time I confronted her about this, it won't be pleasant, but it has to be done. Wait, what are thoughts on the music? I think I mentioned earlier that during Calvin Cross's segment that I liked his theme particularly. But yeah, the music's been pretty good so far. I'll speak to Sume when I'm ready to continue. Oh, poor Kenshi. Oh, Himiko, still checking up on the other members? I don't know if they'll ever forgive me for what I said. I'm just thankful you're still talking to me, even after all that. Hey, we all have to live with our mistakes. I'm just glad you didn't put up with Sume's nonsense. Hey, I can hear you. Oh yeah, maybe we should save this conversation for another time when when she's not right next to us, in the most literal sense. I don't think it's just the fact that Kenshi's new to the club. I think it's also that we were the ones who gave him a new start and even kept him around after his primary reason for joining, which we openly said to him, has been dealt with. That one seems full of nostalgia motifs. Indeed. I also do like the theme that plays during the chess games themselves, if that helps any. Let's see. Yeah, Genji was only introduced in this new game, but I like him. And Sume. She's certainly been an interesting villain for, I guess would be the best way to refer to her for this particular story arc. I named the stream Internal Struggles after both the internal Shinogi Chess Club struggles and after Himiko's own internal struggles with her dark side, but I'm starting to realize that might actually have been intentional. Well, all the same, perhaps it's good that she's starting to be open about her dark side. Perhaps by sharing it with others, she can find ways to confront it, since we're now getting to the point that she and her dark side are not fully on the same page. I'm hoping that things have cooled off a bit now that I've given it some time, so should I try speaking with Sume now? Yeah, I should be fine now. Sume, I want to discuss something if that's okay. What does it matter? I failed. Everything I planned was meaningless. It all amounted to nothing, just like you said. I've lost. There's no returning from this. That's it? You've just given up? No, I can't accomplish my goals if pests like you are gonna put me down and insult me in public. Oh, so when she's the one being humiliated, that's when it's being a problem? Listen, Sume, there's no need to drag this out any further. Let's discuss this like rational adults. None of us agree with your methods, and we want the club back to how it was before. And the others want you in my place, is that right? No, I don't think they do. Not after today. To an extent, I get the sense that the others still do like Sume to some degree. I mean, Kaido was trying to do everything, even mentioned several roundabout ways of getting her to behave without actually having to kick her out or anything like that, just to talk her down. If you won't budge in your position, then at least explain yourself. What was the deal with that recording anyway? Did you truly come into contact with the resistance faction? What? How dare you? There's no need to play ignorant. The whole school's been talking about that audio file that was uploaded to the net. I know it must be frustrating, to say the least, but I'm going to give you a chance to defend yourself. So work with me and convince me there's nothing to it. Just address it directly and tell me the truth. I messed up. I made the wrong choice. That recording, it is real. I didn't want to believe that someone found it. I have no idea how the thief got their hands on my personal file. Yeah, must be one of those cybercrimes then. Despicable act, but I'm more ashamed of my own decisions. You must understand, I only wanted what was best for our school. That's why, when they approached me, I had to accept their offer. Their offer? Some lady with blue hair offered me to give me something that would help me win Shinogi chess games. I'm not exactly sure how I can describe it in a way you'd understand. Oh, there's no need to explain. I think the investigation club already suspects you hold such power. Huh? So then Katie knows? I knew it was a mistake to use it against him. Of course he'd figure it out. What I want to know is why the Resistance was willing to trust you with it. What do they want from you? Yeah, that's the big thing we need to know here. They wanted me to gain influence within the school and join their group to report back on Yoshino's activities. But it wasn't mandatory. I didn't promise anything. She just asked me to think about it. That's it. There was no strings attached as far as I knew. Interesting. Like with us, she offered Himiko information and access with no strings attached, and just told us to think about it. So I was simply planning to keep the power for myself and ignore their requests. I wasn't about to give in to those people, so she stayed away from my mother, even knowing they were responsible for her newfound power. Maybe we all had this backwards. Oh, but if that's the case, what changed when you made the recording? Why did you agree to spy for them? This is a pretty good investigation theme as well, since we're on the subject of music still. Well, we were a bit ago. I was desperate. When Kaede and I spoke at the stage the other day, the whole school became aware of our agreement. The students started to root against me, and complications were forming in my own club. I had no idea where to turn next. By complications, you mean me. As soon as I returned from my overseas trip, all I heard about was how you'd claimed victory in the spring's championships. I was concerned, to put it lightly, that you'd topple my leadership and ruin everything I'd planned. I can't say I blame her, considering how I felt about all this. Your advancement in the fall contest only made that worry more prominent. That's why I believe the Wings of Eden could grant me further power, teach me to use my abilities more consistently. And after that, I started to believe that joining them might be the best way to accomplish my goals after all. That's all in the past. I regret promising them anything, and I should have cut ties with them long before I had that call. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Will you relay all this to the police? Wait, are you crazy? They'd send me to prison for something like that. I collaborate with no criminals. Are you sure about that? Calvin Cross might be able to vouch for you if you tell him directly. Even if that's true, that's still the matter of my abilities. If I don't get sent to jail, I'll be the subject of intense study for the rest of my life. Think about it, Himiko. A power that can change the outcome of a Shinogi chess match. The entire prefecture will fall apart if everyone knew. I can relate to that feeling more than she knows. What if you just admitted that situation from your confession? Without a proper motive for speaking them in the first place, it looked like I cooperated out of sympathy. They offered me the power, and I accepted. It's the only reason I bothered to hear them out in the first place. Work with me here. We need to bring this to the authorities somehow. I've made a decision to explain what I know to you, not ruin my life, but... Was I going too fast? I made a decision to explain what I know to you, not to ruin my life by, I'd assume, saying it, telling it to, the public or to the authorities. Are you trying to get me locked up? Are you serious? Are you seriously still after my position as Shinogi chess club president? What? No, that's not it. Don't you want to atone for the choices you made? The choices I made are mine to live with forever. There's no going back. I took a shortcut to improve my odds of becoming the best Shinogi chess player in the prefecture. I believe it worked. I won't give up my freedom or this power, not when I'm close to making an actual change in this country. When I hold enough sway in the school board, I'll eradicate those annoying activities and ensure the chess club is the only path forward. Even if you won the following contest and got to meet with the leader of Aichi Prefecture as dice case is described, how would you know that a politician would enforce such strict ideas across all of Japan? Oh, Himiko, you underestimate how persuasive I could be. I can't believe this. After all that, she's still set on this insane goal. Oh, don't look too sad, though. I'm glad we had this conversation. There's still a bit of time before they announce the matchups, and I've come to a realization of sorts. A realization. Meet me in the practice room in 20 minutes. I think I have a proposal you'll be quite interested in. That's definitely odd, but I've come this far. I should at least hear her out. Alright, I'll be there. Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a game to prepare for. No way, she actually admitted to you. Let me just check here. I thought maybe it'd show. Maybe I was going by too quickly, or but yeah, it looks like that might be missing there. Whoops. No way. I thought maybe it might even show up if it transitioned to the next scene, but I guess not. No way, she actually admitted to you. That's right. I'm not exactly sure why, but it solidified a few important facts. We know she spoke directly to the Wings of Eden, believed that by helping them could lead to a better understanding of her powers. I see. This is an interesting conundrum. It would seem the situation isn't as dire as we feared, but we must still prepare ourselves for the worst. I believe we're witnessing a major turning point in Sume's life. While she isn't directly affiliated with the rebels, I can only imagine what she might turn to if nudged in the wrong direction. I think we can trust that she truly regrets her actions. Only time will tell on that front. There's no use trying to speculate. But in the meantime, I suggest we handle the situation with extreme care, at least until the authorities are prepared to intervene. It's no use trying to bring this across now. Sume will never confess in her current state. That means I have to hope that this match forces some sort of change within her, or some outside party can act in our favor. There is one other thing I should mention. We didn't realize until now, but the investigation club room experienced another break-in this morning. Again? You guys really need to invest in better locks. This time the culprit actually stole one of our files. It has everything we had on the Wings of Eden. Someone's after information on Yuko's group. Could that mean... With everything going on, I completely forgot to tell you about something I learned yesterday. Kana Suzuki was the information thief we were looking for earlier. She admitted she broke into your room when I gave her the recording. Kana? Do you suspect she's the one who stole our documents this morning as well? That would be my best guess, yes, but there's no way to confirm it. Alright, give me a moment. If I can recall correctly, we received intel she entered the Shinogi chess club room this afternoon and was not seen again. He memorized every student's movements for an entire day? Kana's been a suspect for a while now. We've had an eye on everyone suspicious ever since the first break-in. The timeline works out, but we need solid proof to be sure. Anyone could be interested in this group now that the recording is public. True, while Kana is the most likely suspect, the fact that their name was directly said out loud in the recording means any number could be after it. I have to think carefully. Is there any way to prove Kana obtained the stolen documents in the club room? Ah, the Kana camera. Oh, what? The Kana camera. We set up to keep an eye on her when she's in the Kana corner. You mentioned she entered a club room in the afternoon, right? If she brought the documents with her, maybe it would show up in the recording. Right, I suppose it's worth a try then. I'll take a look at the footage when I get a chance. I just can't believe how many issues keep setting us back. The investigation club's really pushing things to the limit here. I hope tonight's match will lead to a decisive victory. Ah, this is my favorite group of would-be detectives. Ume, you actually showed up? That's right, but I didn't say you could invite friends, Himiko. Kaede, if you don't mind, could you give us the room? I don't know why you care so strongly about destroying our club, but I won't stand by while you take it all away from us. Oh, there's no need to be so dramatic. You're free to do whatever you like in your free time. I just can't allow it to continue as an official organization. Investigations are a distraction. They're a fad. Everyone knows Shinogi chess is the future of our city, and we'll only be able to thrive in this country if we accept the game. You're wrong. There's room for so much more in the world. Come on, Ayako, let's go. You know, that was incredibly rude. Oh, the irony. You're seriously gonna tell me that after what you said this afternoon? You've got me there. There's a little time before the event starts, so I'll make this quick. I'd like to make a bet with you. Wait, you want to wager something? I know, but tonight's opponent's matchup's rigged. I figured it out when we spoke in the club room. I'm not sure how you did it, but it's no coincidence you faced Kaede the other day. You two were already plotting something. And what of it? What do you want? The deal is, whoever wins tonight gets control of the Shinogi Chess Club. What? But there's no way she'd risk something like that. Are you serious? Why would you make that sort of wager when you're already the club president? I've come to understand a great deal since my return to Yoshino. It's taken me so long to realize it, but I know that you have the same power that I do. I suppose it would make sense she'd be able to figure that out. Especially if she looked, since she had the information about the investigation into us. I can sense it somehow, and the match draws closer. I can tell my abilities won't work on you. You made your way through a lightning bracket. That during the spring championships, you defeated Kana. It can only mean you've been using the same trick I have these past 6 months. That still doesn't explain why you'd risk losing your title. This has to end, Himiko. One way or another, one of us will lose. So let this be the finale to our struggle for control. Let this be the moment that defines our journey to school. I've been relying on my gift for so long, and now that I'm forced to play without it, I feel hollow. I have to prove to myself I can win without my own strength. If I can't do that, then I have no right to be president of the Shinogi Chess Club. For all of our differences, there's at least one thing we have in common. We both believe in the idea of using Shinogi chess as a means to enact our will for this world, and we'll fight for that idea until the bitter end. And I have just one thing to say to you. You're on. Yeah, I figured this would be the most obvious bet to make, but I think I even predicted it in last session, but I thought Himiko would challenge her directly for it. But I guess the fact Sume was able to put 2 and 2 together and not only realize that we have the same power as she does, but also that the match has been rigged to a degree shows she's significantly more astute than we realized. Everything we've done to remove Sume from the club has led to this moment, and while our contact with the Wings of Eden creates complications outside of this game, the path forward is simple. I just have to do everything I can to defeat her. I can't let her stay in control of the club after everything she's done to tear us down. And once I crush her and ruin her legacy, there will be one less parasite on my mind. The only thing that could make me happier with this situation will be the end of her pathetic, cowardly life. Yeah, this is definitely her dark side talking. Still, we now have learned that there must be some source of this Shinogi chess control power, and if true, it might actually be a key to controlling or removing, dealing with, or at least at the very least dealing with Himiko's dark side. Thank you all for the incredible welcome. Our 2 contestants are now on the stage and prepared to give their all this game. Tomiko announced the pairings for tonight, and as expected, I was matched with Sume. Kaede and Ayako have been waiting in nervous anticipation. This match is going to determine the fate of their club. The competitors have popped bravely at this point. We're still in the final round of the event, and the tension is palpable. We've already crowned several champions this bracket, most notably Kaito Sakuma of the Shinogi Chess Club. But now, it's time for the biggest match of the night. This is Himiko Masaki versus Sume Kiyoshi. I'm ready to finish this. All I need is the strength to push forward. The winner will be crowned champion along the other round 2 victors and will acquire the grand prize. As you heard before, these two are fighting for free tuition and a chance to be elected an official, to meet an elected official from our prefecture's government. But that's not all. Sume, it's my understanding you and Himiko have made an additional wager for this battle. Is that correct? Yes, we've come to an understanding about the future of our club, and would like to propose a special challenge tonight. Whoever wins becomes the president of the Shinogi Chess Club. Wow, what a claim! This must be related to the personal rivalry you two hold, correct? That's right, we're gonna settle our differences in a game of Shinogi chess for the world to see. The winner will lead Shinogi Chess Club, and the loser will be banned from the club for the remainder of their time at Yoshino High. Is that really necessary? That's incredible, I can't imagine the pressure we must be feeling at this moment. Who's going to claim victory? Who will represent our school's most esteemed extracurricular? As it all unfolds now, at Yoshino Shinogi Chess Arena. Shinogi chess match, Himiko versus Sume. Well, this is it, the game that will finally settle this whole thing. Feeling nervous, Himiko? Not at all. You're only human, it's okay to feel frightened when you know crushing defeat's coming your way. She's not gonna make this easy, but I have to give it everything I have. You're certain you're gonna accept the results if you lose? I've been hiding behind a facade of my entire life. It's time to face the facts. If I can't defeat an annoying pest like you, I'll never be able to live with myself. It'll be for the best that whoever loses walks away from the club. There's only room for one of us, it seems. Reminds me I should do another hard save. I have to be careful. Khan in the last game is the one who bested me before, so we'll have to see if... We'll have to be very wary that Sume might be able to do the same here. We've had a long journey, but I think we've finally reached an understanding. I'm willing to uphold my end as well. Excellent, but do know that if I win, I expect no resistance from you either. I intend to make quite a few changes around here, and this match will serve as proof of my strength. She's right, yet again it seems the world revolves around Shinogi chess, whether we like it or not. Even if I tried to fight back, fans of the game would support her cause because of her skill alone. Yeah. Yeah, her vaguely might makes right philosophy is one that's very difficult to take down. I mean, there's basically two ways about it. Either having her win and having it fail to prove it won't work that way, which would not be ideal because everything's gonna go to hell before it can be changed. Or defeating her through superior power, which to an extent will prove it right. Prove it right. It's an uphill battle, but I must persist. I must win. Oh, one last thing before we begin. This will be a true test of our capabilities. An equal playing ground. Sume was right earlier. It seems the power won't work on someone who also has the ability. So as I speculated before, yes, it does. The power is both offensive and defensive, in that it can work on others, but it will also protect me from their power at the cost that it also won't work. I'm safe from having my moves controlled. The same goes for her. That means neither of us will have an advantage. I understand. Let's not stall any longer. Let's finish this. I'm starting to appreciate your style, Himiko. We'll play one game to decide the victor. Now, set up the board and make your move. Now, I've been taking a much more of a sides focus this time around rather than the center. Don't know why. Maybe it just feels a bit more comfortable this time now that I know the game a little better. Alright, there we are. We'll get some defenses. Alright, she's gonna have to back off with that, or try and take it. Oh. Why do I always forget the arch towers? Yeah, there's a reason I keep saying out loud that you can't underestimate the ability to remove a piece without actually having to move. Part of it was, as you might have guessed, because I keep forgetting myself and I need to try and make sure that doesn't happen. Oh my. Good. Alright, good. If I can capture this, that'll be progress. Right, if I take that, darn, I screwed up real bad. Still, I do have my mines, and she has no idea if they're mines or not. There we go. Ooh, that's bad.
Capture.
No, I was basically giving her the center in exchange for the side. Ha! That's one for me. Be careful, Sume. Now's not the time to get overconfident. Oh, I'm not. I'm sure you're putting up a good fight over there. I'm just living the moment and enjoying the challenge. I can't let her rattle me. I have to keep focused and press on. There we are. That's one down. Yeah, she can't risk that being a mine. Alright, we need to capture this one. Darn it.
Capture.
Captured. Okay, I'm making progress. A solid start, Himiko. I commend you. You haven't played a match this risky in a long time, correct? That's right, but it doesn't bother me. You're a pretender. You're a fake. You've had so much help with your matches. You have no real skill. You're one to talk. I was champion long before those events happened. She's being careful not to reveal too much to the cameras, but I know what she means. She had a position of power in our skill even before Wings of Eden contacted her. She's already demonstrated her prowess in the game. Yeah, she's not like Takane, who very clearly had no skill without the power. That was never in doubt, Sume, but the game is always evolving. One thing to be recognized as a top player of school, it's one thing to be recognized as a top player in school, but another to hold that title. It takes practice to keep up with everyone else. Why, you little? Think I don't know that? You're the one that rushed into stardom after just a few weeks of playing your first match. Well, I guess that's just another piece of the puzzle we'll solve by finishing this game. She's right, just like her situation, it's yet another chance to prove myself, and so I must not waste it. Huh. Remote attack. No! Damn it, I meant to do a remote attack! I can't believe I screwed that up so badly as I did. And by moving there, I just revealed that's a mine. Well, I mean, if you're gonna give me a free rook, I don't mind. There is absolutely nothing protecting that piece. Ah, that's what happened. When a remote attack happened... Okay, yeah, I messed up, but... I messed up before, but I got it this time. Good, 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 good. Alright, I'm threatening the queen. They'll... Alright, she might not know that's not a mine. Yeah, it doesn't. She doesn't know it's a mine, so... Not a mine, so... Can't go that direction, but I can go, Here we are. Well, if you're gonna be doing that way... Theoretically, I should be able to capture even with the spy pieces. Yeah, if you want to take that, go ahead. Actually, I think this is the first match I've seen the CPU, move the hidden pieces.
Capture.
There we are, I captured her back. Another objective down. I'm getting close to victory now. Ah, that means nothing. An inexperienced pretender wouldn't know a good player position from a bad one. This again. I wonder what she's trying to accomplish in this line of thought. Is it an intimidation tactic, or is she trying to... Yeah, I wonder if she's trying to convince herself more than anyone. You don't scare me, Sume. I've faced worse threats before. I'm talking about Kana Suzuki, Kaido. Who do you think trained them in Shinogi chess where he came along? Who do you think it was that taught them everything they know? Everyone looked up to Sume in the past. Maybe I should be careful with my moves as the game progresses. But since I defeated them before, would that mean the tactics she taught them really weren't the best after all? No response. She's trying to distract me. I must press forward and finish this. There we go. There we go. The most powerful piece has been taken care of. Double knights. Let's threaten it out of the way here. There we are. That piece is pinned, isn't it?
Check.
Check. Okay, I'll take that win.
Checkmate.
Yeah, near the end she was getting significantly more aggressive, but
Shinogi, checkmate.
I got her. I guess my skills from the last game really have still carried over. Good to know. And with that, Himiko Masaki has claimed victory in the fall contest. I really do like the music that plays during the actual matches, during the chess matches.
It's over already? That's it?
Yes, that's right, it's over and I've won. Now nothing will stop me from taking control of the chess club. I can finally get rid of this annoying pest for good. Sume Kiyoshi, your reputation will plummet and you'll suffer the rest of your life for getting in my way. The school is mine, the world will bend to me. What an astounding match! Our audience is well aware. This means that Himiko will be receiving the grand prize and crowned champion of this competition. Or perhaps more importantly, it means now she'll become the president of the Shinogi Chess Club, replacing Sume Kiyoshi. No. Why? I was destined to become the best. Me! Your pathetic squabbling means nothing. Everyone here saw you lose. You're nothing but a coward, like I said. If you can't face the reality that you're not good enough, you might as well leave the stage right now. Let that sink in, Sume. For all your hard work, you're nothing. I bested you, and now it's my turn to stand at the top. But I just... Poor Sume. Yeah, she had to claw her way to the top as she had it all. Or so she thought. Seems yet again that Miko's opponent's having a hard time believing the results. Everyone believes she'd be the underdog, but in the past few months she's proven herself against our most skilled competitors. I think it's safe to say Himiko Masaki is now the best Shinogi chess player at Yoshino High School. Exactly as I'd hoped. Everything I did is to make the school better. And she's not going to care, don't you see? She's insane. She's obsessed with reaching the top for her own benefit. Shinogi Chess has driven many of our students to compete with the best and strive for perfection and fame. Here at Yoshino High School, we celebrate that passion and accept Himiko regardless of her personal ideologies. What? But this isn't right. This can't be happening. Unfortunately, that's been the philosophy of Shinogi Chess for quite some time. The winner gets their ideals no matter what. I truly am a failure. No, this useless game, failed me. Shinogi Chess is the reason you're all blind to the truth. Don't you understand you've lost yourselves? Don't you see this system was rigged from the beginning? Shinogi Chess was all I had, and now I have nothing. That's your own fault, you worthless fool. You opted to play the game, and you stuck with it to further your own agenda. You're just as much as the part of the system as anyone here. But It seems these two have concluded their debate and will settle the transfer of presidential power at a different time. The next games are about to begin, but before that, please give one last round of applause to the top player of Yoshino High School, Miss Himiko Masaki. All unfolded according to my design. Finally, this pest will be forced to stay out of my endeavors. Finally, I'll be able to focus on the true thread that plagues this country. It's good that we're helping Himiko fix the other problems that are cropping up, but we need to figure a way to deal with her dark side sooner rather than later. I've done it. Sume was defeated, and she'll be removed from her position as president of Shinogi Chess Club. But can things really go back to normal after all that? The club members must still feel the sting of the meeting from earlier. Maybe they can begin to forgive me now that Sume is no longer a divisive force in our group. Or maybe it's a permanent stain in our friendship that will never truly pass. Well, at the very least, I think it's important that they at least know about her dark side. That's something that probably shouldn't be kept hidden from them any longer, at the very least. Although I guess it's easy to say that now that it forces itself out already. Himiko, there you are. Oh, it's Kaede. What are you doing here? I just wanted to make sure you're alright. You ran off pretty quickly. Oh, I'm fine. I guess I'm not really the one to hang around for celebrations. Ah, right. Himiko, I know the thrill of the stage can get to your head, but you seem different up there. I've studied the recordings of your previous matches, and it's not the first time this has happened, correct? It just raises some questions about your true motivations, that's all. It's just, Kaede, there's something I have to tell you. I found my mother. What, are you serious? With research that Ayako showed me last week, I was able to piece together the location of her new organization. Yuko Masaki's the leader of the Wings of Eden. They're the same group that contacted Sume and offered her power. It seems like some sort of splinter cell which formed after she abandoned the Typhoon Initiative. And the Initiative, they're the ones that granted me my power. All those memories came rushing back to me when I visited her group's new operating base. I was face to face with her. But that's incredibly dangerous. You could have been killed. It's a risk I had to take. This is more important to me than anything else. I don't understand. Why would you confront such dangerous people? All my life, I've been searching for something more. I wanted to make a change in this country. I wanted to become someone important. That's the idea my mother planted inside of me. But the day she left, everything changed. I was confused and angry over what she did to me. I hated her, or at least I thought I did. Once I stood in front of her last week, I didn't know what to feel. For whatever reason, the grief washed away my anger. Himiko, it's normal to feel that way. She's still family to you. She slaughtered innocent people to further her organization's plan. She's killed just to send a message. She murdered my father. She's a monster. Even so, you looked up to her before you knew the truth. That much is clear. You can't blame yourself for what happened, Himiko. You were just a child. All that is in the past, and it's over now. Before I left the base, she gave me a choice. She said I have to decide whether or not I wish to join Wings of Eden to pursue a better future. I put so much thought into what I should do, and I honestly don't know which path is right. I'm not a terrorist, I can't be, but Yuko's way will change the world, right? With enough pressure, anything will break. I refused to believe it at first, but I've seen it with my own eyes. The only way I've gotten anything done in this world was when I started taking matters into my own hands. Hey, Himiko, what are you saying? I don't know. I'm not sure of anything anymore. That's the problem. I thought about joining her group under a false pretense so I could discover how to take her down. But betraying her trust would mean I'm no better than her. Maybe that's what she deserves, but still. Listen, I've done everything in my power to investigate these groups and ensure the safety of our school. So you'll arrest me if I return to Wings of Eden? No, I won't. What I'm trying to say is, I've always kept an open mind. I've tried to understand why they fight. Aichi's always been quick to brand these people as traitors and isolate them from the upstanding citizens. But that's just another reason Zone 8 will stay devastated. It's a perpetuating cycle that can only be broken, and if we choose acceptance. You're the first person I've met who's bothered to hear them out and truly think about what it is they hope to achieve. I suppose that's the unique benefit of having a mother like that, despite all the harm she's done. So, what are you suggesting? You have a choice to reconnect with someone you haven't seen for 5 years, someone who is close to you. It's true that your mother's committed crimes, something like that can't be forgotten or forgiven. But how many more will she commit if you just walk away? She's flesh and blood and she'll listen to you. I'd say don't waste the chance. If you can join her, you'll be able to fully understand her perspective and calm her nerves. Maybe then we could all start listening to each other and she'll begin to find the alternative means of fighting back. And you would report me or ask me to spy on them. I wouldn't ask a single question about it. That's between you and your mother. I never thought of it like that. Yuko's determined to do whatever it takes to shape the world as she sees fit, but maybe it doesn't have to be that way forever. I know it's a lot to ask, which is why I won't blame you for choosing to simply call the authorities on her, but you might be the only person in this country who can get through to her and make her change her ways. This is in the end, you have the power to choose your own path. You know, that reminds me of a story my mother used to read to me at night. The Garden of Freedom, which describes a utopia where people play a game for fun. Nobody suffers at the hands of corruption. They had the power to choose how they spent their free time, but it was all an illusion, because there was only one game known to them. They didn't have any freedom, so when an outsider visited and showed them all sorts of other games to play, they questioned everything. It was only when they came together and demanded a change at the highest council they were able to branch out. That's right, we've heard that she constantly read the story, but we never heard the story as a whole, or at least the abridged version of it. And at the center of a garden, a red maple tree stands, tall and strong. Thank you, Kaede. I needed this. Take some time to think about your decision. Don't take it lightly. But above all, do be careful. The investigation club will support you in whatever path you choose. Should anything dangerous threaten you, report your findings to us immediately and we'll come up with a solution. I appreciate that. It means more than you know. Get some rest now, Himiko. We don't know what the future will hold, but we carry on, knowing we have the power to change it. Alright, I'm gonna have to grab a sip of my drink. Hold on. Not just my throat, it was hot today. So, I'm glad I brought just a bottle of regular water rather than soda or anything else. What lies in store for me is yet undecided. With Kaede backing me up, I know everything will work out. If I'm truly going to consider the proposal, I need to believe that it will work. For everything I've done, the two sides of me have fought for control, yet my purpose in life has remained clear. Because of that, I think I've finally come up with a resolution that both myself can agree upon. If Yuko can't change, if she can't step aside and let me enact my will in this world, then she must die. So, for the first time in quite some time, Himiko and our dark side are on the same goal. With each passing day, more and more people suffer at the hands of my mother. Each day, lives are sacrificed in the name of resistance. The fate of Japan rests in my hands. I'll put an end to this torment.
Through the fragments of her shattered hope, I will cleanse the world of this filth. If it's the last thing I do.
Allegiance. Complete Chapter 3. Achievement earned. Wonderful. 3 days later. This is it. I calmly walked up the warehouse, and once again her soldiers took me straight to her. It's time to settle this. I've returned, Mother. Himiko, what are you doing out of school? Don't you have class today? Have you finally come to a decision? You wish to join the Wings of Eden and fight for justice? I do. Chapter 4. I'm glad to hear it. I knew you'd understand. But I have questions I want answered first. Of course, I'll help any way I can. Sume Kiyoshi, why'd you contact her? And why'd you grant her the same power as me? Oh, that's right. I heard you two came to a clash last week. It's a shame, really. We were hoping she might be able to help our cause, but we haven't heard back from her. We asked her to spy on Yoshino High School. Why is that? Our influence spreads far and wide, Himiko. There's much more of this operation than you would know. But that's about to change, isn't it? We'll be working together on it. What'd you see in Sume? Why'd you think she could help? Her ability to destroy her opponent's Shinogi chess has been clear from the day she started competing. It's no wonder she has officially ranked as Candidate Master. If anyone was to help our cause by playing, she'd be most qualified. But I only chose her because we didn't have you. For 5 years I waited for the stars to align, for Kana to bring the message, and return to me as champion of the Wings of Eden. Message to you and return as champion of the Wings of Eden. Himiko, not only do you have a unique gift, but the determination to carry on at even the worst of times. When this fight started picking up, I had no choice but to search for alternatives. Regardless of her qualifications, I would have preferred you. It's easy to say that now that Himiko's already won. But why? Why do you need someone to play Shinogi chess? I thought you left that strategy behind when Kana took control of the initiative to resist the game by the books. Oh, there's more to fighting through Shinogi chess than simply challenging the head governor and demanding things change. In order to advance our more delicate operations, we need subtlety. That requires us to play by the rules of the world we live in. For example, how is it we were able to locate the X-Act cargo train carrying what we needed for our infiltration? So that was her, there behind the bombing that killed a dozen people last week. It's because one of our operatives received the reward after battling a member of the depot staff. That reward was information. So that's it. They're still using Shinogi chess to further their agenda by gathering intel on the next target. That's how they've been able to coordinate so many attacks across the city. Now that you're here, that duty will fall on your shoulders. I'm not sure if I can do that, though. Have some faith in yourself, Himiko. With the right preparation, you'll play better than any of our veterans. I took a risk granting that power to Sume and thinking she might feel sympathy for our cause down the road. But considering you bested her last week even without an advantage, it confirmed to me you were the one we truly needed. So it's true, you have another one of those machines. My technicians replicated the work they achieved back in the initiative days. It's right here in the warehouse. How many times have you used it? How many people have been through the procedure? Less than you'd think. Answer the question. How many? Wow, such a fiery spirit. You truly are my daughter, aren't you? This passion is what will win us the war. As far as I know, besides you, only 2 others have been through the process. Sume Kiyoshi and myself. So Yuko has the power too, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But if you have the capability to hand out that advantage whenever you want, why didn't you have more operatives enter the machine? What you went through 5 years ago, it was horrible. I shouldn't have done that to you, but my desperation got the better of me. In those early days, it was known the procedure could mess with their mind in potentially damaging ways. It was dangerous, and I was a fool for putting my child through that. After seeing what it did to you, I swore to myself that I'd never make anyone else suffer through that accursed machine. When the war against the government raged on, I knew I couldn't let my personal feelings get in the way of victory. I commissioned a new machine with stronger safety measures and subjected myself to the torment you faced all those years ago. I survived the deployment, but my place was here. I always felt that I had to lead my soldiers, not waste time in Shinogi chess. So you proved that it worked and never used it again? My time as a mother made me incapable of harming my own followers for any purpose. I understand now that my duty is to protect. Every single one of them is like a child to me. I care too much to let them suffer. But you don't care enough about staying in the mad pal, right? Every decision I made weighs heavy on my heart, but I do it for the good of the cause. Why do you think I make them wear helmets, Himiko? So that I don't have to see their faces, so I don't have to feel the same attachment I did when I led Typhoon Initiative. So she didn't just leave behind her family and friends before, she also left behind her very empathy. Yeah, she pulled a Mikola from Elden Ring. And unfortunately, like Mikola, this means that creating a new and happier world is going to be very difficult when you throw away your own ability to feel all that sort of empathy yourself. These feelings I have eaten away from me. If I was a better leader, maybe I wouldn't struggle so much with this fight, but these feelings have eaten away at me for longer than I can remember. I don't care for Sume, I never have. She's just a means to an end. That's why it didn't bother me to subject her to immense pain and potentially ruin her mind permanently. She's willing to bring Sume to harm, but not her own soldiers. It's clear Yuko has some sort of moral code that she follows, but it's not enough to stop her from terrorizing innocent people. This is insane. What am I even doing here? Excuse me, ma'am. Urgent correspondence from the associates. Is that so? Very well, I'll be there shortly. Ma'am. My apologies, Himiko. I have to take care of this. In the meantime, I'd like you to get acquainted with things here before I prep you on the details. Kana, are you there? Please show Himiko the war room. Kana? Yes, I'm positively excited to do that. What are you doing here? Guess you two will have a lot to discuss. I'll leave you to it then. Alright, what are you playing at? I should be asking you the same thing. How'd you find this place? Same way you did. The archived documents in the investigation club room pointed to Otomura's warehouses. Looks like my guess was correct. Kana did steal the documents they were looking for last week. This whole time you pretended you had no clue where Yuko was, but you'd already figured it all out. Not that I expected you to trust me with that information, but I still feel betrayed somehow. Well, that's rich, coming from the person who deceived the club for years. Taste your own medicine, then? But this isn't about me. I want to know why you're here. I thought you hated the rebellion. You did everything in your power to destroy the initiative, so why are you suddenly on our side now? I'm not entirely sure myself. I can't say I like how my mother's been fighting these past few years. But in order to change, I first need to understand how she thinks and attempt to make a difference in this very group. Maybe that could be the way to change the world. Or maybe it's just a drop in the bucket when it comes down to resistance. I guess I just don't know how far I'm willing to go for the outcome I want. Yuko believes that you're fully devoted to her cause, even if you're hesitant to go such extreme measures. What would she think if you heard you talking like that? Are you threatening me? I'm merely pointing out the inconsistency in your ideology. She won't trust you until you've proven yourself. As for me, I don't care what you're trying to get out of this. I just don't want you to ruin anything. Yuko and I have finally reunited after all these years, after all this time. I don't think I need to repeat myself about how important this is for me. After 5 long years, I was finally able to ask her what she truly meant for me to become after the day she left. Do you want to know what her answer was? I'm genuinely curious, yeah. She said, she hopes I would succeed where she failed. She hoped I would form the next generation of the rebellion. But now that the initiative is finished, there's time to move on and join the real fight alongside her. I can't claim to know how she truly feels, but it's clear something changed within her when she formed the Wings of Eden. Whether it was doubt, regret, or simply impatience, it seems like she'll stop at nothing to remove Shinogi chess from this world. But it goes even further than that. That's the part I don't fully understand. The advancement of technology seems to be some sort of threat in her eyes. Do you know what that's all about? I'm not sure. I've been here a few days and she hasn't told me any details, but you're right about one thing. This isn't the Yuko I knew 5 years ago, and that scares me. Oh, looks like she's coming back now. I see the two of you work things out. It's truly remarkable. After so long, we've finally been reunited. We can finally be a true family. This is what Yuko hoped for all this time. Her 2 daughters finally working together to change the world. Are you sure it's a good idea except Himiko? She's the one that opposed me during the spring championships. She didn't know any better at the time, isn't that right? The procedure must have messed with your memories. I don't blame you for not remembering Kana or the spirit of the fight, she continued. When I spoke to Miko the other week, we came to an understanding. We all want the same thing, don't we? I suppose so. The initiative is in the past, and we're stronger together. It's time for us to fight the evils of this world as a team. Before I agree to anything, I'd still like to know more about your plan, though. What's the group going to do now exactly? Straight to it, I see. I like that. Give me a moment and I'll give you the full rundown. Currently, the Wings of Eden has its attention split across 3 different fronts. The first, as you may have heard from my militia, has to do with the East Zone Associates. Aren't they a legal firm? Someone's done their homework, you are correct. That's the same group that helped me escape prison after I was arrested. They were one of our most valuable connections during the days of the Typhoon Initiative. Sometimes members of our group would be picked up by the police and questioned for information. They faced unjust sentencing and biased decisions from judge and jury. We couldn't sustain the organization with that sort of loss. That's why we paid the associates to defend our members in court. Even though we were criminals, they stood by us. They continued their service after I started to lead what was left of the group, and even helped our allies as well. I remember Kaede telling me they helped Tomiko after her outburst on the stage. This is all starting to make sense. But now they refuse to assist suspected members of the Wings of Eden. It's a complete betrayal. They provide a reason why. They see us as too extreme to defend. They claim it would hurt their public image and lead to complications with their clients. Many people in the city hate the resistance with a burning passion. if they were to learn the Associates defend extremists, they definitely wouldn't want to get anywhere near them. The second war we waged is against other resistance groups who intend to seize control of our territory. The one that possesses the biggest threats is a splinter cell from the old initiative. They just want to be the ones in control. Rebellion groups are fighting amongst themselves too. Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the big problems as far as actually getting any change going. We're not in total agreement like you might think. The group we're facing believes our goals stretch too far beyond Shinogi chess. I'll spare you the details, but suffice to say, we've had more than a few run-ins with these people. They're determined to eliminate us. Yeah, as we learned last time, Yuko has a lot more dislikes than just Shinogi chess. She does intend to bring about an Order 66 in order to get people to realize why it's bad to have an army that is capable of performing an Order 66. Finally, our group continues to gather resources for a plan to turn the government's automated weapons against them. The machine we recovered from the cargo train will be vital for the operation. It's currently sitting in the secondary storage room. So that's why you orchestrated that attack. Why is the machine so important? Well, I don't think you'd understand if I tried to explain it right now. Some other time, perhaps. A more pressing concern is the fact we don't have anyone on our side who can operate the device. We could attempt to reverse engineer it, but that would take too long for our timetable. That's why we've been searching for help. If this machine's critical to our plan, it's imperative I understand what it does. For now, though, I'll have to remain patient. That's the last piece of the puzzle. Once we're able to use the machine, we'll have everything we need to begin our siege. With the full force of the Wings of Eden at my disposal, we'll storm the control center and use our system to command thousands of machines. I believe you both know what happens next. To break the resistance to change the world suffered for so long, could it really be that simple? Unfortunately, I've got other matters to attend to. Both of you should report to my advisors and get started on some tasks. Tomorrow we'll reconvene and discuss something of importance. That will be your time to shine, Himiko. What does she mean by that? I'm just so proud of you two. I'm proud that I could be a mother to both of you, and now that we're all back together, I have high hopes for what comes next. In time, we will emerge victorious. That I swear to you. Alright, let me grab a sip of my drink here. Pieces of a line, and the advantage is swung into our favor. All that's left to do is make our move. Kana, just what is you're trying to tell me? I think even Kana thinks this might be too far. After all, she was trying to... The rest of my time at the warehouse... Or maybe that she thinks there's something else missing here that we don't know about. The rest of my time at the warehouse was spent quietly listening to Yuko's supporters as they explained logistics. They had Kana and I moving crates around, checking firearms. Meaningless tasks, I imagined, but it keep us occupied. I didn't see my mother again, didn't get a chance to peek into the building where the machine was. Still, I'm glad I showed up today. It will take time, but the more involved I become with her group, the more I'll be able to learn her operation. The only problem is I'm still unsure whether I truly wish to stop her plan. Something within me is confused. I suppose for now I should simply focus on surviving whatever Yuko has in store for me. I skipped classes today, but I arrived in time for the club meeting. Looks like no one showed up though. Can't say I blame them. After everything I said to them last time, it must have torn the club apart. Done feeling sorry for yourself? Kana, did you follow me here? It's my duty to attend every meeting, Himiko. Oh, but you missed the last one. Looks like we're alone. They must be sick of you two-faced crap. I don't know if things can ever return to the way they were. Oh, stop wallowing in self-pity. I was joking. The meeting was called off today because neither of us were here this morning. There was an announcement on Daisuke Daily. Oh, why couldn't they run it without us? You're the Shinogi Chess Club president now, remember? And in case you haven't forgotten, I'm the vice president. Even within these walls, we're fated to work. It seems we're fated to work together. As club president, I get to decide the events we participate in, the scheduling of our meetings. I guess I've already let them down. That didn't take long. Himiko, listen, you're going to do just fine. Isn't this what you wanted? You have the power to direct the club however you see fit, and it'll take to cement your leadership. All it'll take to cement your leadership is to regain their trust. I know we've had our differences these past few months, but if there's anyone that can accomplish that, it's our school's resident sociopath, Himiko Masaki. Thanks. Maybe that was her strange way of cheering me up. I guess I can appreciate the sentiment. Your charming insult reminded me of something. How is it you're able to move freely in Yuko's warehouse without getting caught? I thought Calvin Cross had a restrictive surveillance routine set up for you. Oh, the investigation surrounding Sume last week actually pulled most attention away from me. With less officers on the job, I found ways to evade their cameras. I can come and go when I please, even this school. Well, as long as you're here, I'd like to ask about the device Yuko mentioned today. She said it was vital to the operation. Right, it's been worrying me too. I always thought she believed in freedom without excessive violence, but this plan to override the machine's behavior, it's terrifying. Can't say I know much about what's in the other warehouse, but I have a pretty solid guess. I expect it's something equivalent to a fake drone. A fake drone? That's right, or at least it's something that can receive the command signals as if it was a real drone. If you know anything about how the security drones actually verify the source of a signal, you know that the server-side key is necessary. This is what Mr. Takeshi told me about. It's a critical aspect of the transport layer security handshake performed between remote devices and the control server. Whoa, slow down there, nerd. How'd you learn such sophisticated concepts? It's not important. What's the deal with this machine, then? Well, since you might know the control center doesn't store the server-side key, the Wings of Eden will have to procure one themselves. If the assault goes as planned, Yuko needs to get her hands on the code. There's no other way to send a valid signal out. How exactly would a fake drone help with that, exactly? Huh? I thought you'd easily figure out since you know all those fancy terms. Well, if I must explain it, one way to acquire the token is to store it within the server. Restore it when the server sends a command signal. The control center is sending out messages all the time, but only the SSI authorized receivers are able to decrypt the information. You try hacking a security drone, but that's going to be extremely difficult and time-consuming. They take threats like that seriously. That's why a device that could receive those messages and act as a stand-in drone could be reprogrammed to grab the server-side key. From the server's perspective, it might look safe to connect to, but in reality, malicious code could steal this critical secret and expose it to Yuko. It's something like a man-in-the-middle attack, but without needing to pass the server's information to an external entity. Interesting, so if my mother finds someone who can use this machine, I'll have everything needed to send a fake signal through the command center. I see why this device is so important now, but how can you be sure that's really what it was built for? I've been hearing a few rumors during my time at the warehouse which suggested it. More to the point, the train they attacked was traveling from a government facility. I believe this fake drone is some sort of prototype or testing box. In other words, it was meant for internal use only, probably for assessment. Acquiring it was nothing short of a miracle. Do you really agree with this whole plan? You said earlier it was terrifying, and I'm beginning to see why. If the Wings of Eden are able to pull this off, it'll be Japan's biggest massacre in recent history. That much I'm sure you figured out for yourself, but if the government refuses to cooperate, Yuko's hold in the country could last for months. Then, do you want to do something about it? Are you talking about sabotage? We can't sit by while thousands are killed, but at this rate, going to the police would just mean jail for both of us. I'm not about to betray the one person who took care of me after my parents were killed. I can't do that. Kana, you said yourself Yuko had changed, that she wasn't the same person you knew all those years ago. Yeah, but that's just because it's been hard for her. She lost everything the day the special assault stormed our base. Maybe all it'll take for her to see reason is to realize we're still here supporting her ideas. Do what you'd like, but leave me out of it. leave it all to me, Kana. Why should I care about the thousands of people lose their lives? They mean nothing to me. What I truly care about is the end of this petty resistance. But maybe it doesn't have to end too soon. After all, I could easily piggyback off this insane plan and turn it to my advantage. The world would have to listen to me, right? I'll just have to wait until Yuko's operation's underway, and then I'll end her life myself. That way, I'll be the one calling the shots at Wings of Eden. I'll be the one in control, and with the group at my fingertips, I'll doom them all and eliminate every last parasite that dares stand against me. Ah, what am I thinking? I can't let people get killed. Why would I ever want that? You fool, I've grown tired of this. You wanted power, right? You wanted to be at the forefront of history, calling the shots and making a difference. This is how we'll achieve it. We want to change the world, but not by ending Shinogi chess. This is the first time she's directly fought with her other side. We'll change the world by putting these traitors in their rightful place. We'll change the world by destroying their hope and creating a secure society free of terrorism. We'll change the world by enforcing complete military control across all Japan. Oh, that's an autocracy. So that no one will have to suffer at the hands of extremists ever again. That's just gonna breed its own form of resistances, though. The next day. Listen up, everyone. Today, we'll be receiving a very important guest. I want you all to be on your best behavior. I skipped school again to keep appearances at the warehouse. Yuko said she needed me here today. I wonder if this announcement's related somehow. As you may have heard, our friends from the East Zone Associates will be paying us a visit today. I shouldn't have to remind you how crucial it is we accommodate them during their stay. Of course, ma'am. Let's go for minimal security on the main building. We don't want to scare anyone with a display of force. Today's mission is about diplomacy. That means no aggression and no hasty decisions. The support team will remain attentive and the assault team should prepare for the next operation. I'll be expecting a report on the mission status soon. Himiko and Kana, follow me. You two will wait here while I accept our guest. And what's the purpose of the meeting? Are you trying to convince them to help the Wings of Eden? Something like that. For now, I'd like you to watch carefully on how I conduct the negotiations. It's a valuable skill. Sounds good to me. I've dealt with these people before. Right, we're the ones in control here, so there's no need to worry. Alright, I'll be back shortly. It's going to be something like blackmail or something awful, isn't it? I've got no idea what she expects us to do all this, but it has to be more than a simple lesson. The associates are coming here to discuss terms. This might already be a complicated situation. But judging by the look of that room, I have a feeling I know where this could be headed. They're gonna have Himiko play to force it. Naomi, it's good to see you. Likewise, I think. Your journey is safe then? No interruptions? I wasn't followed, if that's what you mean. Excellent. Why don't we talk inside then? You know why I'm here. There's no changing my mind. Oh, there's no need to deal in absolutes. You can at least express your terms properly over tea. It's a waste of time. My team can't help you. Then why bother coming at all? I know how you are, Yuko. You're stubborn. You won't take no for an answer. That's why I visited you personally, to make things clear. The Wings of Eden is a name that carries far too much weight for most prosecutors' stomach. The amount of fear surrounding your group is already overwhelming. If they even knew I spoke to you, I'd be in trouble. I see. If that's the case, then could you at least recommend a course of action? We're lost without you. I don't know why bother. But sure, I guess it can't hurt. Please follow me. Oh, is this a welcoming party? This is my daughter, Himiko. My friend's daughter, Kana. Your daughter? Girls, this is Naomi Saito. The two of us have known each other for quite some time now. It's a pleasure to meet you, though I can't say I like the idea of kids your age hanging out in a place like this. It's nice to meet you too, though we should probably get out of your way now. I don't think we'll be much help here. Also fast, Himiko, I'll need you for something. What is this? Some sort of trap? Oh, nothing like that. Himiko's simply skilled at what she does. I'll be expecting her to participate in what comes next. I should have figured. It's always something with you. You don't need advice, do you? You're just trying to pull me into some different scheme of yours. You've refused to help one of our members at a time of need, and I accept that. However, I'd like you to reconsider our arrangement. And what could you possibly offer me that you haven't already? Challenge. It can't be. She wants me to. You'll play against my daughter in Shinogi chess. If you win, we will not contact you again, and you're free to find other clients. But if you lose, we'll go back to our original agreement, and the Wings of Eden will pay you handsomely for your services. Either way, we won't press the issue any further. It's a win-win for you, Naomi. It's just a joke. You want me to face her? Yes. I think you'll be quite surprised at her skill level. Ah, is that so? And what if I just want to walk away from all this? Oh, you're free to do so. However, you should expect many more requests from us in the near future. Typical. So you're gonna pester me until I play this game, is that right? That's right. We'll go back until this horrid game is abolished from our society. So that's what you've been teaching them? Honestly, I expected better from you. Don't you think it's a little ironic to be demanding Shinogi chess matches when you're trying to get rid of this exact scenario? It almost seems like Yuko doesn't even care about Shinogi chess anymore. Based on what she said earlier, it seems like the fight's long since extended past the game, and I don't think the public even knows about it yet. It's just a means to an end now. Regardless, that's our proposition. I won't waste any more of your time. The choice is up to you now. This is ridiculous, but if it means the end of this pointless debate, I'll gladly prove myself. I'll play one round, that is it. And after I win, I never want to see you again. I don't want any part of this. Excellent, I knew you'd see reason eventually. We'll be using a board layout variant for this match, so please take a seat over there while I prep our representative. Hey kid, don't listen to your mom, okay? Something isn't right with her, you shouldn't be here. You don't understand. Yeah, that's right, we're positively certain this world will only change through her guidance. Even if that was true, how are you sure her world will be better than the one we live in now? Think that over carefully. That's all I ask. Yeah, it seems like she has a different goal entirely. And now, a different world that she wants to create than one before. This is it, she's agreed to the match and it's all on you. Hold on, you didn't tell me this was gonna happen. As a warrior of the Wings of Eden, you'll be expected to adapt to any situation. That's an excellent test of your wit. A test already? I don't understand. This is what the Wings of Eden have been doing the past several years. You've just been bullying people into submission with order in order to gain support for your cause. Naomi has every right to turn us down, Himiko. We're not forcing her to play. You kind of are. Just because you're not holding a literal gun to her head doesn't change that you're coercing her. Listen, I know what she believes in. She was a stellar chess player back in the day, and she still follows the culture closely. When she saw members of the initiative facing extreme circumstances, she felt sympathy for her cause. You've seen what this game can do to people, right? Those who blindly follow the government's propaganda start to believe that Shinogi chess is the one thing that separates the worthy from the unworthy. She's one of those people. She believes her skill in the game makes her different from us. Better than us. That's why I set up this match. She's bound to underestimate you, especially since you didn't even know what the game was happening. And when she loses, she'll finally understand this game can't decide our fate. We'll use her sympathy to our advantage and show her the way that thinking can backfire in situations like these. It's the only way people like her understand our cause, and you're the perfect candidate to undertake this mission. No one could possibly suspect you'd hold such power, right? That's your advantage. That's how you'll win. If you truly feel like you can't help us this time, I understand. Kana could easily take your place here. I'm sure she'd perform brilliantly as well. Yeah, I'll gladly play. So, what's it gonna be? I won't try to influence her decision this time. Mother, how pathetic. You knew all along I'd be trapped here. This isn't a choice at all. If I want to keep acting like I believe in our cause, I have to play. There's no other way. And it can't hurt too much, right? If I win, it just means some members will receive legal help. It's not gonna make or break the Wings of Eden, so it should be fine to keep appearances for now. Alright, I'll do it. But you should have told me ahead of time. I understand. I'm sorry, Himiko. I'll try to do better next time. Yeah, to remain loyal, she's making it look like the issue she's having is that she wasn't told ahead of time rather than this happening at all. This should be entertaining to watch. Sorry, Kana, but I'll need you to get acquainted with our inventory for now. I'll check up on you soon. Himiko, we should head back inside and get ready for this game. But there's one last thing you should keep in mind. You have a gift, a special ability that can turn the tide of the entire game to a single, calculated mistake. This isn't a school competition. There's no reason to hold back. You should feel free to use your power for the good of the cause. For that, I'm gonna have to do everything in my power to avoid using it, just out of spite. Not like she can tell either way anyways. So it begins again. I'll have to play Shinogi chess, and this time I'm fighting on my mother's behalf. I never thought it would come to this, but I must do it if I want to stay in the Wings of Eden. As much as it pains me to do so, I have to listen to Yuko's orders while I think about ways to influence her decisions. Or maybe my very presence is already starting to take effect. She offered me a choice, even if it wasn't much of a choice at all. That could be a step in the right direction. Or maybe it'll fall apart when she sees me as nothing more than a pawn in her grand strategy. Yeah, at the end of the day, she's mostly just happy to have us here because it was her dream to have her daughters working for her again. We don't know if that's because she actually wants the family that she keeps saying, or because her she sees us as irreplaceable pawns, or difficult to replace pawns. Still, I have to hold on this hope as long as I can. If I make even one mistake, it will prove disastrous for the prefecture. Shinogi chess match. Himiko versus Naomi. Excellent, I think we're ready to begin. This is it, playing a match for the Wings of Eden, the very group I swore to eliminate. It's tough to even think about, but if this is what must be done to quell the violence, I must press on. Oh, this is quite a shame. You're all following orders so carefully, and for what? So you can get arrested and left to rot in prison? Explain yourself. What caused this argument in the first place? What could you possibly do for us? Oh, your mom didn't tell you. That's too bad. Looks like you'll just have to trust her. You can do that, right? Please, I just want to know what this is all for. Well, if that's the case, I'll gladly tell you. One of your people's in deep trouble with the police and has no real defense for the upcoming investigation. What's more is, she's a student. You people really have no bounds, do you? You can't be indoctrinating children to your war. It's not right. Ah, it's Sume, isn't it? Alright, I want to do another hard save here. A student who's affiliated with the Wings of Eden is in legal trouble. I'm talking about Sume Kiyoshi. That specific case is not relevant to this game. This match is about the Associate's continued service to our cause. Yeah, the whole reason she interrupted is to avoid it being confirmed. Ah, so you know her. One of your classmates or something? I can't believe this. Even after everything that happened, Yuko's still trying to protect Sume from getting in trouble. What could that mean? Does she still expect something from her? Does she still want Sume to play master for her too? And don't forget, just a few days ago, she was sitting here telling us she doesn't give a rip about Sume, and yet she's still doing everything to keep her safe. It could mean that she cares more about her assets and associates than she actually cares to admit, or it could be that she has zero qualms bold-facedly lying to us. And the latter feels far more terrifying if we're blunt. And better for worse, we can't rule that out. I suppose that's it then. I've expressed my concerns. It's clear you have no intention of changing your ways. Let's get this match over with so I can get as far away from you people as I can. Mind your tongue, Naomi. You have no idea what's going on here. I call the shots, and everyone believes the freedom we deserve. Is that where you tell yourself to sleep at night? You know, I'm not sure why I even bothered listening to you all those years ago. You're full of crap. It doesn't matter what either of you believe in. You both have a role to play in this dangerous game. Whoever's stronger will have a chance to enact their will in this world, right? If you truly believe that this world's fine the way it is, then you'll prove it by winning against us. You can show us Shinogi chess here to stay. Interesting. It seems I may have underestimated you, Himiko. But there's still one thing you've yet to understand. The people in this warehouse don't play by the rules. This match means nothing to them. It's a ruse. It's just a way to pretend like their cause is just and influence public opinion. But they're the only ones here. Who it's for, then? Me? Who's it for, then? Me? You? When push comes to shove, they'll betray you just like everyone else. Also, they discarded these past few years. I've seen it before, it'll happen again. And when it does, you'll be back to square one. It'll have meant nothing to the people in power. That's not true. Are you ready to play? I thought you'd never ask. Only one round, you already know the stakes. Let's step aboard and finish this then. I feel like I want my minds in the center. Alright, yeah, getting, yeah, these variant boards don't feel too bad. I guess I'll be taking the center this time, perhaps. Alright, let's make it a monarch here, just to force her out of that center square there. Here we are. Good. Let's get the monarch to threaten this one next. Getting a few knights early on seems worthwhile. Ooh, that's actually clever. I can't take that knight back safely. Let us be aggressive. There's absolutely nothing protecting that pawn. You know what? Let's go aggressive again. I mean, if you want to give me your most valuable piece, there we are. And I've just revealed that that is indeed a spy.
Capture!
Here we are. I've made progress. This should bode well for the match ahead. Interesting. The playstyle truly does remind me of someone I faced this game long ago. And she's standing in this very room. Keep your mind on the game, Naomi. Apologies, I'm merely trying to compliment your daughter on her incredible strategies. Did you teach her everything you know? Not everything. I learned Shinogi chess on my own. Ooh, that's impressive. I can see why I have so much faith in her. This match is about the survival of the Wings of Eden. You must understand how important it is. Right. That's why I'm confused. For as good as you are, Himiko, your mother's far more experienced in this game. I wonder why she doesn't participate in this crucial match. Maybe it's because pompous amateur players like you aren't worthy of my full attention. Ha! Now there's the Masaki Yumu we've all come to love. If you don't mind, let's just continue the game. All work and no play, I see. Very well. There we are. Good. Now we can capture this. There we are.
Captured.
Captured. Everything's lining up in my favor now. I can see the path to victory. Ha! I can see you're enjoying the moment over there. Your confidence is admirable, but it won't last long. You of all people should know it's not over until the very last move. What do you mean by that? Your mother clawed her way back from an impossible situation. Her followers, the initiative, were massacred, and she kept going. She's been a thorn in the side of the Japanese government for years now, but just because she's stubborn, it doesn't make her invincible. And that's because people on the other side of her fight have just as much determination as her, whether she wants to believe it or not. I thought you sympathized with our cause. Oh, I do. I'm just not foolish enough to believe this is the right way to go about it. Innocent people have died, Yuko. It was never like this in the past. Things have changed. Aichi Prefecture has resisted every effort to improve the situation in Zone 8. They continue to drive civilians to homelessness, and they've killed countless fighters on our side as well. And when will it end? When every single person in the city's dead? Sadly, that might not be too far off. It'll end when somebody wins. I see. In that case, I won't try to stop you. As you said, Himiko, the stronger side will come out on top in the end. So far now, all I can do is play my role as defense attorney. I can defend those representations so long as they're willing to respect my decisions. We'll respect the outcome of this match. Ha, sure. Make your next move. Let's finish this. I want to be able to move as much as I possibly can. Yeah, she saw what I was trying to do there. That was a mine. I'm glad I got rid of that. Just making a move for that side, but little did she realize. Okay.
Checkmate.
We win. Huh. I can't believe it. A kid actually bested me. It was foolish of you to underestimate me, Naomi Saito. And look, her eyes are not glowing. Her dark side is not in control. I'll go to any length to get what I want, even if it means pretending like I'm a part of this pathetic group. You're a failure, Naomi. What? Wait a minute. Why'd I say that? It wasn't my other self. I just got lost in the rush of the match. Himiko, I'm so proud of you. It was a tough battle, but you reacted well to every move and proved your dedication to our cause. That's not what this is about. It was all just a practice match. Oh, nothing of the sort. The Wings of Eden will be counting on your support now that Himiko has emerged victorious. This battle was legitimate and the wagers must be upheld, isn't that right? I believe it's time to begin negotiations. Are you ready to discuss terms? I'd like to leave now. Excuse me? I'll upheld my end soon, but it won't be feel safe here. I'd like to go. We've made a public occasion to talk about defense for your esteemed members. That is not going to happen. Himiko wants you stay right there and listen to our terms. No. Himiko, I'd like you to leave the room. Oh, I forgot to read up on her. A defense attorney working for East Zone Associates. She's a Shinogi chess super fan, though you wouldn't guess a super at first glance. That means she plays the meta. What is meta? Easy. Fortress Transport 2 Triple Queen. Good luck dealing with that, but at least not pot of greed. Hey, there's a reason that card's been banned for ages. Maybe Naomi will try something different today. That's code for I'm not sure if the AI can really handle that sort of request. Wait, what? You won't want to see what happens next, trust me. Are you threatening me? I said I'd do what you asked. But it can't be now, it's not right. You're well aware what I'm capable of, Naomi. Don't test me. I can't be here, not now. Alright, see you later, Emma. Thanks for stopping by. I'll just get going now. Oh, there's something else going on, isn't there? No, I just want to go home. I'm not feeling well. You're lying to me. It's starting to scare me. Tell me the truth this instant, or you'll never leave here alive. It's nothing, okay? Mom, there's no need for this. Just let her go. Don't disobey my orders, Himiko. Leave this room. Oh, I see now. This life isn't for you, Himiko. I don't know what you're doing here, but you should run as far away from this place as you can. Don't listen to her. She's just trying to tear us apart. You need to get out of this room and find Kana. I'll find the two of you once I've settled things here. Alright. But Mom, don't do anything you'll regret. Oh, you're misunderstanding, kid. Yuko Misaki hasn't a single regret for the past 5 years. You're right to question her. She follows no moral code and will stop at nothing to further her agenda. Now go, and let my death be a lesson to you. No, she can't be serious. Yuko wouldn't actually do that, right? Himiko, go. Kana, something serious is happening in the back of the warehouse. Let me guess, Yuko's threatened to kill Naomi? Yeah, we can't let her go that far. Himiko, relax, this isn't the first time she's talked like that. No, but she wanted information. She believed that Naomi was lying to her. Your mother wouldn't actually go through with it. Not with us around, at least. Think about it, Himiko. She wants us to stay, right? She wouldn't make the Wings of Eden appear too violent when we've only just arrived. She wants to make a group seem favorable. I can't believe this. Is she really trying to justify it? You don't understand. I fear for Naomi's life. It sounded bad in there. Naomi said her death would be a lesson for me. Listen, Naomi was the one that helped me evade a harsh sentence last semester. I felt bad for her situation, but right now she's standing in our way. The whole point of this new operation is to hold nothing back. That's why you don't see any of the other Shinogi chess players roaming the building. Nobody else has the patience for it anymore. Everyone here, they just want to wage war on the government. They only just think about the next assault, the next deadly mission. They don't even think about people like us. They see us as little children who can't even carry guns. Whatever happens in that room, it's not our fault. You haven't killed anyone. And nobody will blame you for letting it happen. We're just meant to follow orders and trust that by the end of it all, we'll have removed the corruption from Japan. So you really don't care whether Naomi lives or dies. Well, it's a real fight now, Himiko. Lives will be sacrificed if have to be sacrificed, won't make real progress. I'm not happy about it, but it's the truth. I don't know what else I was expecting, but it still shakes me at the core. Is this really what everyone here believes? In the meantime, there's something more important you should see. The device we talked about yesterday, it's right in there. The machine can receive drone command signals? That's right, there's no one around since they lowered security for the building, and Yuko is preoccupied with Naomi. If you ask me, this would be the perfect time to snoop around. Are you sure it's safe? Yes, I am. I was walking around that room earlier and no one batted an eye. A chance to investigate the device that's crucial to Yuko's plan. We may not get another opportunity like this. Alright, let's check it out. See, Himiko? This is what teamwork looks like. Well, with Himiko... Well, since Himiko is going to be Naomi, this also means the East Associates are going to have even more of a strained relationship. Yeah, we agree the chess match, but the only witness that could we only have one, obviously, well, basically nothing. I'm losing my train of thought. Basically, what I'm saying is we could have lost this match, and nothing would stop Yuko from just killing her and saying they won anyway. Team Yuko, this is what teamwork looks like. Let's act casual, like we belong here. That giant thing's what you're talking about. That's right, it's not meant to resemble a typical security machine. I believe the signal array was made larger to accommodate a huge number of wavelengths. The processor seems oversized too. Right, looks like there's an interface right over there. Dang, I should steal that processor from my computer. Do you think it works? I guess there's only one way to find out. I'll do the honors if you don't mind.
Stay back. It's an ambush.
Oh, that's a bazooka.
Get down.
No, no, no. Why? What's going on? I can't breathe. I can't think.
We almost died. We still could die, right? Who was shooting at us? What was this all for? Why am I here? Himiko, I think it's over. We have to move. Yuko can't know about this. No. I can't be here. I can't die here. There's so much left I have to do. Himiko, quickly, come on. Oh, there you are. It's you okay? I can't do anything. Oh no, what happened to the machine? It's destroyed. The soldier on the roof nearly got us. We're lucky to be alive. Those bastards, they do it on purpose. We needed that. Yeah, it's likely they were targeting the machine specifically if they knew what it was, because it wouldn't be too hard to figure out what it's being used for. There's one of the splinter cells. This isn't the first time they've come after our territory. And Naomi, she knew they were coming somehow. She was helping them, right? She was a part of this. I should have known. She's just a damn pawn like all the others. There's no time for that. We have to secure the area and make sure there aren't any hostiles remaining. Traitor snakes, all of them. Both of you, follow me. Today, we repelled another attempt to destroy the Wings of Eden. Those that lost their lives in the struggle will forever be remembered as heroes who gave everything they had for the cause. You know, what's his name, and what's their face? And those who remain must accept the loss and strive to fight even harder than the battles ahead. Ask yourselves, who will wage this war if not us? Who will be responsible for the change we so desperately need to make in this world? In order to remake Eden a reality, we must be willing to sacrifice everything that we have. We'll sacrifice our lives, our decency, our humanity for the cause. This dedication is what will fuel the flames of our rebellion until the very last opponent has fallen before us. This is what they are. This is what my mother's become. No. Just something to add, Himiko? Naomi, what happened to her? What'd you do to her? Traitors like Naomi get what they deserve. See for yourself. What? I shot her, Himiko. It was a clear hit right through the arm. She'll survive, but I don't think she'll be recovering anytime soon. Let this be a lesson to everyone here. If you feel any doubt about our cause, if you even dare to think about betraying our group, you'll meet the same fate. She's threatening everyone. Does that mean... Could she suspect that I'm not being genuine? She suspect I'm not being genuine either? do that? Naomi was unarmed, though. Naomi made her choice the moment she decided to report her location to whatever rival faction just ambushed us. Oh, but can you really prove that? Did she confess? Nobody will doubt my deduction. It's clear what she was. But what isn't clear is that you two can feel so protective over her. If I'm wrong, she's still nothing to us. Anyone who dares stand in our way will be met with the full force of our power. I can't take this. In which case, I believe it's time for another test. Yuko's not just evil, she's paranoid. Himiko, I think you'd be the perfect candidate for this next mission. Naomi's waiting in the infirmary. I'd like you to put an end to her life. No, don't do this. I don't understand the hesitation. You're part of the Wings of Eden, right? Exactly, it's not right. We're all criminals here, or have you forgotten? This isn't your high school, Himiko. This is the real fight. You have to be willing to kill if you're going to be part of this resistance. Everyone in this room has done so, except for you. No, it's all falling apart. You're sick. This isn't freedom. The path to freedom is carved through sheer will. If you can't perform this task, you have no right to be here. I can't seriously consider that, can I? On the other hand... No, what am I doing? This can't happen like this. But Yuko deserves it, not Naomi. All it would take is to get in the same room as her, and then I'll have my chance. I can end this rebellion right here, but not like this. Then kill Naomi instead. It would mean she'd trust you, right? All I have to do is accept her proposal and strike when the time's right. Well, what's your answer? Mother, you're the only one I want to kill. I'm afraid this is it, Miko. Leave and don't come back. If you report to the authorities, we'll know, and we'll come for you. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I wouldn't want anyone else spoiling the fun, after all. This can't be happening. I just wish things could have been different. I've failed you for the last time, Himiko. I'm done being a mother. Good riddance. I ran as far as I could from the warehouse. It was a mistake to think Yuko could change her ways so easily. Nothing I ever say would ever get through to her. She's obsessed with violence and loyalty. Her group is nothing more than a cult waiting to unleash their rage upon the world. This battle was horrifying. I can't even process what happened. But at least I know that something good's come of it. With the destruction of that machine, I hope Yuko's plan is in shambles. It was her only way to acquire the needed server key. Is that it then? Is this the end of her scheme? No, I should know better by this point. She'll come up with something else, something worse than before. This will only end when the Wings of Eden have been eradicated from this world, and when my mother's dead. Yeah, there's a reason she said her followers were even more loyal than she'd realize. It's because she made sure they saw her as nothing less than their absolute goddess. In the meantime, I'll need to recover from everything that happened, formulate a plan of attack. I must be patient. With this unwavering certainty, I'll forge a path toward the future of my design, no matter how long it takes. And I guess with that, we do get confirmation. She is evil, she is paranoid, and she truly does see even her family as own minions. And minions who are not allowed to even question her. Can you believe it? The police are on campus again. No way, what's happening to the school? I better still after that terrorist, Sume. Well, looks like this place is still in chaos. I should expect it by this point. I've missed a lot of classes, Yui. I'll have a lot of work to catch up on. And then there's the Shinogi Chess Club to worry about. I hope they've been able to run things without me. Oh, hey, there you are. We were worried sick about you. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You really scared us. Ayako and I were about to call the authorities. It's not necessary. I've decided to part ways with my mother. Oh, I see. I'm guessing things didn't go smoothly then. I'm sorry. It's my fault you tried something so risky, and it was a mistake to suggest it. No, don't worry. I'm glad I went to see her. If anything, we at least finally have confirmation just how far gone she truly is. It just showed me what kind of person she's become these past 5 years. Anyway, if you like talking about it, we can make a report back at the club room. I think for now I'd just like to be alone. Are you sure? Seems like too much for one person to handle alone. I said I'm fine, Katie. I have to get to my homeroom. Please get out. Now get out of my way. Yeah, she didn't say please. You hear? The detectives went in the basement. No way. Think they're looking for traces of Sume? I doubt it. She's been absent since she played that game last week. I'll bet it's another break-in. Same thing happened last semester. Something bad's happening, and I have the sinking feeling. Could I already know the person responsible? Attention, Himiko and Kaito, please report to the drone workshop at the earliest opportunity. Huh? Why is it always me? Himiko's in trouble. No, wait, she's probably a criminal hunter. They need her expertise in solving crimes. I should head down there right away. This sounds important. Mr. Cross, what happened? Himiko, just in time. Calvin was just explaining the crime scene as he understands it. Crime scene, and that means, is Mr. Takeshi okay? I'm afraid he's been reported missing as of this morning. There's been no updates as of yet. No, why would someone go after Akawa? Let's back this up and get the facts straight. Why'd you call the two of us down here? Why? Well, it's because you two always seem to be on top of things when something like this happens. One more of the point, I think you may again prove useful in my investigation due to the findings you've uncovered as of late. It's my understanding Himiko's been taking programming lessons from Mr. Takeshi this past semester, so she might know something important. And the both of you tend to work as a team, right? Well, not lately. Well, in that case, Kaito, I'd like to ask if you could retrieve my legal books. Your what? Please head to the main office and retrieve them for me, will you? Should only take a few minutes. What is this? Kaito doesn't like being the errand boy. Oh, fine, I'll be right back. Great, now we can talk in private. Wow, that must be demoralizing for Kaito. So, why has he said you don't work together? High school drama, perhaps? Relationship trouble? Nothing like that. There's just been a lot of tension in the Shinogi chess after that whole ordeal with Sume. I see, I won't pry, but as it happens, the real reason I called you here is because I believe Sume is somehow involved with this incident. What you told me about last week, it bothered me. I did more digging into Sume's life and recent history. My team discovered Miss Kiyoshi's been siphoning money from her parents' bank accounts to the tune of 200 million yen. 200 million? That's insane! Just what could she be doing with all that? I heard she hasn't shown up in class the past few days. Could she have gone on the run to evade the police? I have to imagine she wouldn't need that much to survive on the streets, but it's true that we haven't been able to locate her. Yet, I don't understand. How does that relate to Aikawa's disappearance? We reviewed the security footage from the security camera over there. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything that would point to a solution. What we did find was Sume Kiyoshi. She was the last person to visit this room before Mr. Takeshi went missing. Takeshi went missing. You saw Sume? Then you think she's responsible? It's too early to say, but her ties to the Wings of Eden can't bode well for her case. Sume's been out of school for days, but she came back just to visit Aikawa. It must have been important. I brought your books, Mr. Cross. Would you like me to read them now? Maybe later. Until new information is made available on the situation, we'll have to make do with what's available in this room. Himiko, search the area for clues, anything you think could be relevant to your previous findings. Right, I'll try my best. Kaito and I will remain here to discuss other leads. With any luck, we might be able to piece this whole thing together. The school has entrusted me to find the missing drone expert. I'll do everything in my power to accomplish this task. I will do everything we can to support you. Better start looking around, Himiko. Bam, bam. Feels good to be investigation, the drone workshop. A turtle. Ah, this is good. The hidden turtle is safe. Now, is there anything this turtle can confirm for me? Ermagar, heard. Hidem turtle, please explain your secrets. Darn, no luck. It was too rude, my approach. Portal, listen. If you don't cooperate, I'll have to use deadly force. Himiko, what's going on over there? You win this time, Tortoise, but I'll be back. I don't think this turtle can provide any more information about the crime, but at least I tried. This isn't any sort of inside joke or anything, I just have a weird sense of humor, I'm sorry. Oh, Himiko, why are you here? You're not done investigating. I was just wondering what you were discussing with Kaido. It's nothing. Go back to your research. Oh, alright. I think he's still annoyed that Cross sent him away earlier. I should leave them alone for now. It's another podium. I recall in the last game saying this is incredibly creepy to look at, and that has not ceased to be the case. I think it's because they're all lined up with the glowing flashlights like eyes, and also they kind of look like, Huh? Is this a bullet hole? It is indeed. We've already analyzed the projectile and determined the model of the weapon that fired it. It was shot from a Vibrex, or should I say, a heavily modified one. Sounds intense. What kind of gun's that? It's a ballistic handgun, a pistol. If I had to guess, it was originally manufactured by SATA Security. They're responsible for many firearms currently used in Japan. Unfortunately, the modifications make it difficult to pinpoint anything beyond that. The pistol was fired in this room. That can't bode well. If we're lucky, it will just turn out to have been a warning shot, but I can't shake this feeling. It signifies something much worse. We've analyzed the angle of trajectory as well. The shooter was standing between there and the bullet hole. On the pool of blood. Well, that's horrible. I'll have to keep note of this fact. A bullet hole. The shot was fired from a Viper, apparently. Sounds deadly, doesn't it? I wonder who comes up with these names. Well, I guess it makes sense they'd want gun names to sound very intimidating. Aikawa's schematics. I remember seeing these last semester. Is this a weapon? Why would he be designing something like that? I guess that sort of stuff just comes with the territory of working with militarized defense systems. SSI sure offers our employees a lot of freedom, but at what cost? This could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Huh, was he a member of Eden this whole time? It's not impossible, but we don't have enough evidence to go forward on that, I guess. Some schematics that Mr. Takeshi was working on. I would say it's important that they've been left out in the open, but this seems pretty normal for Aikawa. He's a mess. Ah, pool of blood. This is awful. Could it be Aikawa's? If so, then that means... Ah, that caught your eye, right? My team's already analyzed the DNA sample. We're pretty confident that it was Mr. Takeshi's blood. No, then is he dead? Whoa, let's not go that far. Look, this is not enough blood to prove fatal under normal circumstances. Well, I suppose internal damage wouldn't make a huge scene either. Scratch that last statement. So yes, he could be dead, but probably not. What an inspiring and hopeful explanation. I don't want to race to conclusions too quickly, but if Sume is involved, why would she do this? Right, she herself insisted she wasn't tied to them. Maybe she joined them out of desperation. I guess I'll have to keep note of it and move on. Aikawa lost blood here, but I don't see any trailing off the spot. That means his wound could have been treated right here, or he was carried out of the room in a way that stopped the bleeding. We should remain hopeful until there's a reason to think otherwise. Right? Probably best not to be too close to the sparking machine without safety goggles. There's a reason he was wearing them 24/7, I imagine. Aikawa's blood. He must have been in a lot of pain. Still, I can't think the worst just yet. There must be something we can do to uncover the truth of what happened here. It's possible Sume broke after we've defeated her to the point she just threw everything away to join Eden. It's not like she had anything left after we stripped her of it all, after all. Mr. Takesi's tools, he always seemed to have them ready in case of a drone malfunction. Wait a minute. That's his ID card, the same one I stole last semester. There's no way he'd just leave without the stuff. It's likely he was taken against his will, or worse. I hope he's alright. I think that's everything I see in terms of relevant evidence. I should speak to Mr. Cross when I'm ready to continue. Mr. Takesi's tools and Yoshino ID card. The fact he left those here can only mean something terrible has happened to him. Well, that or one of those hidden turtles simply stole it before he made his departure. My guess is the former, though. Yeah, the glowing beehive isn't much better either. I guess with the slight dome shape, you could even see it as slightly brain-looking. But I'm probably overthinking things like I always do. Oh, I can't talk to Kaido, only Cross. Alrighty. Ah, there you are. Seems you've investigated everything, right? Are we ready to review what we know so far? Actually, there's still something I wanted to check out. Excellent, that's the mark of a curious soul, eager to solve mysteries. Sure. Probably do a hard save here, for no particular reason, I'm sure. Ah, there you are. Seems like you investigated everything, right? Are you ready to review what we know so far? Yes, I'm ready to go over the evidence. Perfect, let's begin with a simple question. Was Miss Takeshi taken by force, or did he leave of his own will? This is a crucial element. Yeah. He dead. Could it be that he's deceased? Is that too morbid to consider? Well, yes, but more the point. That question was about the reason behind his disappearance, not his current state of existence. Oh, right. Why don't you try that one again? Let's see here. Oh, right, there's one last... Let me check the achievements real quick. There's one last one here. Let's see here. Cross-examination. Get tripped up by Calvin's logic. So does it want me to get it right or to get it wrong? I think it's possible he simply ran away. Really? What makes you say that? Well, it stands to reason he had a major accident repairing a drone. That would explain the blood pool, right? Then he became so fed up with the school's lack of safety measures, he quit his job. He left everything behind and didn't tell anyone. That's a very positive way of thinking, I'll give you that. But unfortunately, I believe the truth is much more sinister. You see, Aikawa was in charge of his own safety in this room. And he had ample budget to run things his way. In other words, he wouldn't blame Yoshino for an accident like that. He most certainly wouldn't quit over it. Yep, alright, there's the achievement. Oh, right, I guess I was trying to stay hopeful. I understand, but maybe we should try answering again. Achievement earned. Ooh, and that's almost all of them. The last ones are basically just finish the game and beat the game while actually replaying the chess matches, which I am doing. I believe Aikawa was taken against his will or forced to leave. I guess it's good to do this anyway, just because I get to see all the dialogue. I believe Aikawa was taken against his will or forced to leave. My reasoning for this involves two pieces of evidence. One is the obvious blood pool that suggests he suffered an injury. The other is the fact his tools and ID card are still here. Normally he'd take those with him. An excellent deduction, yes, I've come up with the same conclusion. If Aikawa was taken from school by force, that means this is most definitely a crime scene. So is he trying to convince me or himself this work is important? That's just a start, though. We need to determine who's responsible for this act, and then for that we'll need to analyze the clues more thoroughly. Consider the blood pool. We know his own blood now stains the floor. Despicable. What a way to ruin a perfectly pristine cement floor panel. Glad to see he's still able to lighten the mood in this horrible situation. That begs the question, though. How did Aikawa get injured? What caused blood to hit the floor? Based on the evidence in this room, I'd like you to give your best guess. Yet, actually, I don't think it's possible to determine what caused injury yet. Based on the angle you described when inspecting the bullet holes, someone shooting would have been past the blood pool. In order for the same shot to have hit Aikawa, being anywhere else would have... Actually, that is a good point. The only thing past this blood pool is that firing range, which is behind unshatterable glass. Furthermore, there were no traces of blood anywhere else in the room. That means we can't determine the weapon used just yet. Oh, astounding, that's exactly what I concluded. I did wonder about that, but that isn't the reason. I will admit I did wonder about that, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't actually consider that. Oh well. That's a kind of open-minded need in order to become an investigator. Sometimes there is no answer to find. Yeah, sometimes there can be evidence that there's something missing, like that. Still, the fact that the evidence is not here can itself be a clue. Is this mystery-solving lesson over then? You still haven't told us all points to a culprit. My assumption is that whoever forced Aikawa out of this room was not affiliated with Yoshino High School. This is professional work. There's no fingerprints left behind, no weapon to be found, and no traces of forced entry. I'm afraid we'll need to escalate this to the police in order to uncover more leads. We don't have any more resources to figure this out. Poor Mr. Takeshi. I can't even imagine what he must be going through. Yuko did say that she specifically needed a person involved, an expert of sorts. And apparently Mr. Takeshi did in fact know a decent bit about it since he worked with the company for so long, and apparently they share that information with their employees that much. Can't even imagine what must be going through. This is completely absurd. A member of our staff is missing and we can't do anything about it. The school seems to believe that I'm the best person to perform the first sweep of scenes like this. But don't worry, I'll cooperate with the police. We'll find the truth of the situation, I can assure you. Great, in the meantime I should return to class. I'll see you at the meeting, Himiko. Himiko? See you later, Kaido. I guess things will continue to be complicated for you two? Yeah. Well, with him gone, I'd like to again discuss the possibility that Sume is the one responsible for these events. As I mentioned before, I have a suspicion the Wings of Eden are involved in this kidnapping, and Sume must have been the catalyst. I can't discount that possibility. Before our match last week, she actually told me the recording we heard was real. She confessed it to you. That's right, and you were too slow to act on it. She evaded detainment because the police didn't have an official warrant. Now she's on the run and we have no way to find her. We'll just have to see what the authorities can do about that. Definitely points to her involvement, yeah, but the more interesting question is why they needed Aikawa in the first place. There's a small chance, but could it be Ace B? I remember this from the computer that was left in the gymnasium. This could be my only chance to ask about the subject. Mr. Cross, I've been reading the book I checked out from the library, and I've seen that acronym pop up a few times now. I know Conrad was crucial in its development, but what is Ace B? Is it some kind of artificial intelligence? Right, I suppose I owe you an explanation. Ace B is often misunderstood by the general public. It's not an AI mod like you've heard. It's actually a virus. A computer virus. That's right, it stands for ACE bias. During my great-grandfather's time, a machine called ACE was used to oversee a number of trials in the US. That's around the time mystery solving became mainstream in the Assistance Guild the Ayako follows got formed. While this AI brought a host of controversies within the judicial system, it often acted as rationally as expected for some cases. The problem is, this rational behavior was exactly the problem for certain individuals who were looking to get away with crimes. The idea of using a computer program to host a trial sounded promising to the Judicial Council. With an easily replicated and sophisticated piece of hardware, this machine could be deployed across the country to handle countless situations. They believed that this was the push needed to finally handle the absurd amount of backlogged cases from decades prior. But this ease of use came at a cost. Yuko's war against the Reliance technology is coming to mind here. ACE could be tampered with methods unknown in the classroom, which led to unfair judgments. My ancestor, Conrad, was one of the people responsible for this disaster. Yeah, I don't think I've forgotten that ending. Now I understand why Calvin felt so strongly about protecting his family name last semester. They've been through a lot, it seems. The virus utilized a novel technique in the AI's training data. It biased the output of ACE's decisions, hence the name. Although it was intended to stop there, the method behind this tampering was quickly copied and used across the world. What we call ACE-B is actually a technique for infecting AI models, not a specific virus. Every AI we use today is at risk because of it. The scourge of ACE-B has been a subject of study for the longest time. It's waged war to the spread of information. My worry is that groups like the Wings of Eden could acquire the knowledge of how it works and threaten the world with it. I want to destroy all traces of ACE-B and atone for my family's actions. It's the only way to keep society functioning. I never realized the situation was this dire. Nowadays, a hazy truth has come to light about what happened all those years ago, but without the details, I'm no closer to understanding how ACE-B actually works. Then there's the fact that public opinion is not so easily changed. Conrad is still revered as the best lawyer of his time, despite his many flaws, and it's my fault. You mean you defended him by protecting your family's secrets? That's right. I've been conflicted on the matter, so I've been mostly keeping this investigation myself. But surely you'd acquire support if you went public with this on the ACE-B thing, right? You're a celebrity.
Objection!
Oh, and here I thought you had forgotten about that. That won't work. Remember, this is a war waged with information. The moment I tell everyone about this threat, the more likely our enemies will go looking for it. Right, I guess you wouldn't want to give them any ideas. That's why it's best I look in this matter on my own. If someone goes looking in the wrong places, it could set off a chain reaction. So, to bring this whole thing back on the topic, you fear Akawa might know how to construct an ACE-B virus. Precisely, and if the Wings of Eden are after that, it might already be too late. Wow, thanks for the existential dread. Oh, no problem, but it seems I've kept you for far too long. You should get back to class. Right, thank you for explaining all this to me. Thank you for listening. It's not often I'm able to trust this sort of information to anyone. I think one day you'll become an expert investigator, just like me. We'll see about that. Could be a way to change the world without, you know, becoming Yuko. Sume could still be involved with Wings of Eden. Yuko might have captured Aikawa, and a mysterious virus looms over us. Yeah, I think I've had enough dilemmas for one day. Now that I'm back in school, I should make sure the Shinogi Chess Club is running smoothly without Sume at the helm. As the official president of the club, I'll have to decide our schedule and operational focus, among other things. Whatever ends up happening, I know today's proceedings will prove how competent I am as a leader to Sume. This is the path to complete control over Yoshino High School. I was hoping Himiko is slowly succumbing to her dark side. But I've heard enough of it, Kaido. Hold on, she's here. What's going on? Hello everyone, is everything okay? Yes, we were just discussing the future of the club. Gussie was worried you would not return. The drama from last week was spicier than my 2-season anime. Of course I want to be here with you guys. We're gonna need to work together to get things back to normal, right? With Sume out of the picture, we won't have to worry about her unrealistic expectations. Thanks to the wager we made, the future of the club's secured. I'll happily lead the group like I did before. Well, that's great, but where were you the past few days? We were thinking maybe you wanted to put it all behind you. Oh, no, that's not it. I was busy with something else. this again. Himiko, you need to tell us what's going on. We're your friends. Oh, but it's nothing really. Try to give a chance, but how are we supposed to feel when this keeps happening? You play around with that round with me because you want information of your mother. You played that round with me because you wanted information of your mother, regardless of the cost of the club. Then when Sume returned, you were determined to go down the war path. You didn't bother to think of any other way to deal with the situation. And that outburst last week, I don't even want to think about it. I'm not exactly sure what happened between you two to cause all this disdain, but I can make a few guesses. It was jealousy that drove you two to make the wager, and all it was done behind our backs. You both wanted to control this chess club, and neither one of you could consider approach that left everyone happy. This town isn't big enough for the two of you. After Sume left the club, you started vanishing off campus to do whatever it is you're up to. That was so all of it was for nothing. You're so sick of her that you decided to leave it all behind. What was Sume right when she spoke about you after that game? We're just using us to acquire power. You do not care about what happens in this room? No, you have it all wrong. Then prove it, Himiko. Tell us what you were doing yesterday. Truth will set you free, literally. No more excuses. If you're certain of your desire to lead this club, we have to be able to trust you. A leader should be able to look at those who follow and tell them what's happening with full transparency. No, I can feel my other self screaming, boiling with rage. Will I have to suffer these two directions the rest of my life? Or will I be able to confront these fears as one mind? There's only one way to settle the constant paradox within my head. There's only one way to eliminate the uncertainty and start truly moving toward the destination I've yearned for. Yes, it's so simple. Why didn't I see it before? I have to put everything behind me and choose here and now, to let nothing get in the way of my goals. This is what happened to Yuko, though, isn't it? She put her humanity aside for the good of her cause. But this is different. The singular forces which bind me to my purpose will pave the way for my victory. The resistance to change will shatter and will succeed where my mother failed. Therefore, I must unify my thoughts to create a new persona, one that attracts the people I need to achieve my ambitions. And that means if these friends of mine can't accept my actions, they're no longer used to me. What have I been up to these past few days is my own business. I can't share the details. What? Seriously? After all that, you still won't? I'm the Shinogi Chess Club president now, so it was made official last week. Whether you like it or not, this is how I've decided to run things. You can hear it yourself. This is exactly how Sume acted. Enough. That's enough from all of you. Can't you see she's going through a lot right now? None of you are supporting her. You're just tearing her down. Himiko went out of her way to remove Sume because she believed it would have torn this club apart. But now you're upset she hasn't been here after all the trauma our last president caused? You don't have to defend her. Himiko deserves your respect because she was the one that actually stood up in the injustice you faced. She's the Shinogi Chess Club president now, but she's a human like the rest of us. She needs time. And she's standing up for me. After everything I've done, all of you just need to be patient. Himiko could become an incredible leader if you just give her the chance. This criminal, we should have let you join. Please give Himiko some space. We'll figure this out, I promise. There's nothing more to be said, I suppose. Kenshi, you didn't have to do that. Hey, they weren't treating you fairly, so I had to step up. I had this all wrong, Himiko. Though I felt like an outcast ever since I stepped foot in this room, it's that outside perspective that let me see clearly. There's no reason to put up with this. They're questioning you for no good reason. I don't blame them. I have felt like I let everyone down as of late. Well, that's not true, and you know it. You've done nothing wrong. Still, I feel like I should explain myself to them. Oh, you don't have to talk to the other club members if you don't want to. It's alright. I'll at least provide some closure to the situation. To help clarify where I stand in this whole rebellion business, they must be concerned about my search for Yuko. I guess you're right, but at least come back and talk to me once you've made your rounds so we can discuss this. Will do, and Kenshi, thank you. My pleasure, Madam President. Just Himiko's fine, like always. Shinogi Chess Club meeting. Feels good to be back. Tell the truth, keep practicing. En passant. Bring back en passant. I can't believe things still are back to normal, but it seems like everyone at least wants to return how things were. I guess that's a start then, but what's that last note about? Yasu note, huh? Alright, I suppose it's time. green back en passant. That's it. That's a no. Yasu, the en passant move exists because the pawn double moves in classical chess. It's there to avoid locking up the board with pawns. And since pawns only ever move one space in Shinogi chess and go in any direction, there's no reason to include it. The rules say. I believe I read at one point I can't confirm it though, so I've only read this online, so take it with some salt, but I've heard that pawns moving twice originally was largely to speed up the early games so that there's not a lot of just single little pawn moves. But again, I can't confirm it. But yeah, en passant to... This whole idea is detrimental design. What were we even thinking here? At least I got that out of the way. Now I can return to reality. Message received. Finally acknowledge the nonsense. We had our fun in this little corner already. Now it's time to move on to higher ideals. Though I do feel ashamed for saying Yasu's notes wouldn't matter in Chapter 1. I'm sorry for that misinformation. It's okay, Himiko. I was going to interact with everything no matter what. I guess we should start with Satomi, actually. He probably needs the talking to the most. Oh, Himiko. Satomi, you should know that I never meant to hurt anyone in this room. I've just been busy with some important issues. That's the exact excuse you always give. Shouldn't you be happy that Sume's gone? She always gave you such a hard time. Oh yeah, but she also saw me as more than just a tool to better a cause. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Really? I didn't exactly get that impression. After what you said to me in the last meeting, I'm not sure if I can ever forgive you. You only see us as means to acquire power? Sume had the same suspicion on stage last week. If I'm gonna be true to my promise to unify my mind, I must be honest. No more hiding my fake words of reassurance. Satomi, in some ways, you are correct. I wanted to make a difference in the world for the longest time. I wanted to be at the front row of history, improving lives across Japan. Although I didn't realize until last semester, joining the Shinogi Chess Club was one way to reach those important moments which could turn the tide. I believe that I might be able to use it to find my mother and put an end to a reign of terror, and that objective has always lingered in my mind as the most important endeavor in my life, regardless of how I achieve it. I knew it, so you truly are no better than her after all. But through all that, I truly care for the friends I made in this room. I wasn't lying when I wished you well during the spring championships. That's why I practiced with you before your round started. I really did want the best for you and everyone else, because you showed me compassion at a time when I felt like I was fighting alone. But it still feels like a betrayal. You've had an ulterior motive for so long, and between you, Kana, and Sume, I can't take it anymore. What do you mean? I mean, the bullying in my homeroom, the uncertainty, and the constant fear. It's too much for me. Everything that happens makes me want to reconsider if I really want to be part of this club. Satomi, don't say that. It's truth, Himiko, but you wouldn't understand that, would you? Months ago, I thought my friends would support me even if they were aware of my other self, but now I'm not so sure. Satomi must be going through a lot more than I realized. I feel powerless to do anything about it. I appreciate the explanation, but if you don't mind, I'll need some time to think. There's a lot on my mind. It's alright, I understand. I know this must be shocking. I hope you'll be able to come to terms with what's happened. Whatever you decide regarding your membership, I'll accept the consequences. I really do want things to improve for you. Okay, thank you, Himiko. Oh, Himiko, this isn't a good time. Alright, I'll leave you alone then. Good, I am a bit exhausted after everything. I've had enough. I don't know if things between us will ever be the same, but I have to trust the club members will at least accept me in time. Oh, Himiko, it's probably the best that you continue to check on the club members at this point. You're right, it's just a little difficult. You should have nothing to be afraid of. They should accept you for who you are and at least communicate if they're not okay. I know Kaido especially has been a close friend of yours. I can't imagine this being easy. Yeah, I guess I'm just a little intimidated. I would be too. He's just so tall. Do you have his number? What? Never mind, come back later when you've caught up with everyone. I shouldn't just leave without checking up on the club members. I know you might be bored with this whole club drama thing, but I promise we'll be getting into the chess segment soon. Very, very soon. I'm gonna grab a sip of my drink. There's definitely been a lot to take in, that's for sure. Especially since everything's much larger scale than in the last game. So, it's easy to be so focused on that, I forget about the club itself, the titular club. Himiko, take care about to provide an apology. I'm just here to explain myself and tell you don't need to worry about what I've been up to. You must realize how ominous that all sounds. Let me be clear about one thing. I hate the terrorists with a burning passion. Even though my mom could be one of them, I'll do everything I can to end their cowardly acts and secure safety of the prefecture. That's why when Sume was revealed as working with a dangerous group, I had to do everything in my power to stop her. I see. Why didn't she come to us for help? Kaido, this whole investigation was far too dangerous. I couldn't involve anyone else. If that really is true, then why hide the truth? Why haven't you at least told us what it is we should be avoiding? I've done things I'm not proud of. I've made choices that set me down a terrible path. Last semester, everyone was ready to support you, regardless of whatever you've done in the past. That's why we all pulled back from the brink of rage at the end of the Spring Championship. It's not what I've done that you should be afraid of, Kaido. It's what I have yet to do. From this point on, I'm not going to hide who I truly am from the world. If I'm destined to become a monster, I've accepted that fate. Himiko, do you really can't think like that? What I went through at the warehouse changed me, but it's this newfound resolve that'll finally grant me the strength to press on. I'm not asking you to forgive me, or trust that what I'm doing is correct. It's not, and that's why you should stay very far away. Well, that's how you feel. I suppose there's nothing to be done about it. We can't stop ourselves from worrying. I won't involve Kaido with my mother's insanity. I have no idea what she'll do once she learns about my true intentions. Will you stand aside and let me run the Shinogi Chess Club the way I have been, then? You'll hear no objections from me, but know this. I will uncover the truth behind what's really going on with you, and we will do our best to save you from yourself. We just need the right moment to make you see reason. And when that moment comes, I'll happily listen to whatever you have to say, but I can't promise it'll change anything. I'll try again and again until this club's back on course. Hey Kaido, anything new you'd like to share? Not with you, no, but do know that my investigation continues unhindered, and I will uncover your secrets. That's dramatic and all, but what does it even mean? What is it you think I'm doing, hiding? Nothing good, that's for sure. Now leave me in my thoughts. I just have to square root the last part of this equation. I should leave him to his trigonometry. Yeah, at this point it's pretty clear that we're gonna have to somehow find a way to force Yuko to bet the entire... I'm guessing what Himiko plans to do is force Yuko to bet the entire Wings of Eden control on a Shinogi chess match. Since she has the power, we won't be able to use it against her, but that's fine. Once we win, I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen anyways. I guess we'll find out. Very puzzling. Is everything okay? Yasu was just contemplating the nature of your decision. There's no need to be concerned. I just had bigger priorities on my mind the past few days. Priorities about the search for your family? Something like that, yes. It's understandable, but I think you've been forgetting something very important in your quest for knowledge. Shinogi Chess Club's your family too. We're worried about you, and the more you push us away, the more you risk total isolation. And maybe I don't deserve to keep that kind of company. Maybe I should just handle it myself, like I've always done. Himiko, do you know why Yasu's called Yasu Yasu? Is this such a question? When I was young, I caused all sorts of trouble for my parents. They loved me, but it was a tepid relationship. Years ago, when the depression was at its worst, they could no longer support me the way they used to. That was then they had me leave with another family. I haven't seen them since that day. I had no idea this whole time he was keeping this to himself. It was difficult, but I adjusted. My new family took care of me as best they could, regardless of the mishaps I often caused. They offered to change my last name to fit in more closely with them, but I was too resilient. I didn't want to leave my past behind. So to make the offer more enticing, they said I could choose my first name. Wait, so that means shortly after Yasu officially joined the Yasu family. I thought that was pretty funny at the time and they humored me. However, when I returned to school, everyone made fun of me. They couldn't believe I'd picked such a ridiculous name for myself. I regretted my decision, but it wasn't easily done. For a time, I let the embarrassment take hold. But after a while, I learned to own it and use my humor to improve the lives of those around me. It's not stupidity that drives my insane comments, it's compassion. That's a weird way to end the story. I'm serious, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. That's why I talk in third person and talk about burritos. If it's not clear, I'll spell it out for you. Cherish what you have before it's too late. I could really use a burrito right now, though. Where's my burrito? Where's my burrito? Wow, way to kill the mood. Well, thank you for telling me all that, Yasu. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, I don't think it did any good. You're just the same old Himiko, obsessed with a singular task and stopping at nothing to achieve it. I've seen how it plays out in anime, and it's never good. We'll have to agree to disagree then. I'll make my own decisions, but as always, this is no dictatorship. If you want to kick me out, you're free to do so. It wouldn't be smart to do that. Not now, at least. This isn't getting anywhere. I should just move on. Alright, I'll leave it to you and catch up later. Seems like we've caught up with everyone now. This isn't going well. I should agree with Kenshi and update him on the situation. Hopefully we can find some way to make things right. Oh, you caught me at a bad time, Himiko. I was just considering the best way to get my message through your thick skull. Oh gosh, what happened to Yasu? I'm just kidding, I'm not that mean. But seriously, please take my message to heart before it's too late. I've no doubt we'll find a way to defeat Yuko, but the question is, what's Himiko gonna be doing with it? Will it end with her sitting on the villain throne surrounded by her new minions? Will she dissolve the wings of Eden? There's so many ways we can do this. Himiko, are you finished talking to everyone? Yeah, I think I'm ready to report in. Well, that's good to hear. Did it go okay? Not exactly. I'm pretty sure the other members have lost all trust in me. I see. Maybe you just need to wait a bit longer for them to come around. Is it not really a solution? It seemed like the distance between me and the club was the main reason for their concern in the first place. Perhaps my advice is best summarized via a poignant haiku. He hasn't done one of those in a while. Connected morning, a local cold club frightens after the turmoil. Was that supposed to make sense? It means the group will remain scared of you until you reconnect with their interests. The turmoil represents the idea this process will take time, but you have to believe in yourself for this to work. Wow, I never considered interpreting words that come out of Kenshi's mouth during these moments. That's strange. For a reason I can't explain, I suddenly feel offended. Anyways, put the suggestion into practice. We all need to find something to help us bond again. Well, the answer's obvious. Everyone here joined this club for a reason, right? You mean, well, all of us play Shinogi chess? Precisely. The skill revolving around the sport is what truly entices competition, cooperation, and discussion. What about Kaido? He said he'd stop at nothing to find out what's been going on with me. Somehow I don't believe his concerns will be quelled after a game, especially considering the last time we played. Curse that handsome man, why must he elude me so? He definitely is perceptive. Also, I know this might come off as a surprise, but I've never seen a shred of evidence Yasu knows how to play Shinogi chess at all. I've only witnessed the aftermath of a half-finished match between him and Frost last semester, with no indication he would have won. Maybe it's not a perfect solution, but it might set you down the right track. Would you at least consider it before giving up hope? I'm not sure it'd be that easy. I'll need time to think about it. Right now, I've got more pressing concerns that could use my attention. Very well, just remember what I told you. Slow and steady like the turtle. That's how you can get them on your side. Right. If you'll excuse me, I must be off now. Today's been pretty overwhelming, and my subtle hopes of romance are starting to stagnate. Of course. Thank you, Kenshi. It really did help. Can't help but wonder, does that mean there's now two people into Kaido, or maybe I'm overthinking it again? Something needs to change if I'm gonna convince club members I'm worthy enough to lead the group, but a part of me wonders if I even need their approval. It's clear that I'm the best Shinogi chess player in the school, and I haven't pushed them like Sume did, or asked them to become involved with anything dangerous. I'm the most qualified candidate for this job. Regardless of how they feel, it's still the matter of Aikawa's disappearance, and it's likely my mother's involved with it. Whatever she's planning to do next, I can't sit idly by and let her impose her will upon this world. I need to act, and soon, or the threat of full-scale assault could ruin my chance to enact revenge. Yuko Misaki continues to fester in her pathetic lair, and it's starting to feel like I'm the only one who has the power to stop her. Next day. Oh, I'm feeling exhausted and my water's running out faster than I thought. Might be good to start this at a new day, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do a hard save here, and I think I'm going to call it now. Looks like it's all coming to a head, though. Well, most likely what happened is Yuko took Akawa to act as her drone expert to force him to help in their Order 66. There's no way she's going to stop it there. She might even be planning to do even more with it now. Oh, since Himiko hinted that it might be even more extreme. I'll have to... it's definitely a lot to ruminate over, especially since, as I said, I've been so focused on the bigger things. I should have also need to remember the chess club itself is still important. It is the titular one, after all. I mean, I didn't forget completely, obviously. We still know Sume and all that connection to it, but even then, Sume affecting the club members was bad, but the fact she was connected to Wings of Eden brought it back onto the big stuff, so I need to remember... We need to handle things on both the small and big scale. And to remember to handle both of those on the small and bigger scale. Definitely a lot to think about going forward. But it's good that she's starting to finally unite her with her dark side, accept her so that she can stop fighting. But that still means she has the side of her that wants to do whatever it takes, and a part of her that doesn't want to go too far. Will she end up becoming the very thing she hates most? I guess we'll have to find that out next time. Till then, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.